Hey there, folks. I'm Charlotte, the Gulf Coast Granny, and tonight I wanted to talk about something my grandmother used to say to me a bunch of years ago. She used to say, Charlotte, there's no house big enough for two women. And I didn't know what she meant. I mean, seriously, old people say the funniest things and strangest things when you're a child. And it wasn't until I became an adult and I had my children and the girls started growing up that I really understood what she meant. And now I'm going through that same phenomenon again because I have a nearly 20-year-old daughter who is really starting to feel her oats. Hi, Terry. How are you this evening? I'm talking about girls growing up and living in their mama's house. And I am here to say that I do believe the house starts to shrink. So the question on my thumbnail was, is this house shrinking? Yes, indeed it is. You know, nothing is sacred. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that. What's going on with Nicole? So anyhow, um, my daughter's in college, and this weekend she is away for the weekend. She is with her friends in Pensacola, and it has been absolutely glorious being here without somebody rifling through my clothes, not doing the chores she's supposed to do because she's too busy doing other things like work and homework and all of the things. And there comes a point where it gets to be a little much, to be honest. And if she ever watches this, I'm not trying to tell her to move out. I really am not. Um, I want her to be here, but we're just going to have to learn to live with each other. And I want to know how many other women experience this. I think it's all of us. I think it's all of us mothers who are trying to separate from our daughters and give them some autonomy, let them grow up, make sure that they're responsible, yet at the same time, keep them out of our kitchen, keep them out of our laundry room. Keep as a mother, we get territorial over our things and especially our kitchens. Our daughters haven't cooked their entire lives, barring a few. Hey, mommy, can I make cookies? Or can we do this together? Or what have you? I have not taken the time to teach my daughter to cook because my daughter has refused to learn, to be honest with you. But now she's taken an interest and she doesn't want my help. So she comes in the kitchen, she makes a huge mess, and then she leaves. So it's little things like that are sticking points. They're like, okay, what do we do about this? Well, she doesn't want to do anything about it. She still wants to be a kid in some respects. But my opinion is if you want to be an adult, act like an adult. Clean up your own messes. Um, Hi Tina, how are you? Thanks for coming in tonight. Terry, I'm really sorry. Tell Nicole I hope she feels better soon. I know that's a pain, literally and figuratively. Wow, she fell and broke her boom. So I guess you guys have been in the emergency room this week or half the day today. Y'all, excuse me just a minute. I gotta flip this over my head. It's making me nuts. Anyhow, so how I want to know how other mothers try to remedy the problem of this shrinking house and the house not being big enough for two women. When my daughter was little, it was fine. I could tell her what to do. She did it for the most part. You can pretty much control their behaviors, but once they become young adults, you can't control anything that they do. Um, Hang on one second. Okay. Um, And I'm really struggling with not really getting along because we do get along with each other, and, um, things are polite and friendly, and, of course, we love each other, and but it's difficult living under those conditions. I know it is for me, probably for her too, because I do make quite a few demands on her that she really is not happy about. My house, my rules. Yes, and it's not a contentious thing in our house. She does follow most. She does, and she is very respectful. Um, she's very, very busy between college and work and trying to have a social life between the 2. I think what happens is the responsibilities that she has here in the house just are not high on her priority list, and they need to be. And that's what I need to convey to her. Look, you live here, you're part of the family. Clean up after yourself. If I ask you to go to the store and get some ice, I don't need you to forget. I need you to go ahead and just do it. Little things like that. It's not a huge deal. Um, and like I said before, we are not um we're not at each other's throats. It's never been that way. Um, it's a little frustrating now and then, and I think it's a natural part of these kids growing up is they want their own life. Unfortunately, they can't afford their own life, so they have to live with mom, dad, the rest of the family, and it's a clashing of 2 worlds, I believe. I really do believe that. And we do sit down and discuss a lot of things. Um, I know I get really irritated because when here's just a small for instance, she gets in there and in the laundry room behind me, and she'll start doing laundry. I don't have a problem with that. That's great. But when she puts the laundry away, she puts it all over the house willy-nilly. She'll put my clothes in my son's closet, she doesn't pay attention to details like that. She doesn't, do everybody's clothes sometimes. She'll only do her own, and I say, "Okay, fine. I'll just do my clothes and everybody else can fend for themselves. What do you think of that?" You know? "Hey, Lisa, how are you this evening? Thanks for coming in and joining us. We are discussing, um, at what point should your adult daughters move away?" And honestly, I like I said before, I don't want her to move out. I really don't. Um, but I do want a little more privacy. Um, that's another issue that goes on, I think, is that moms of older adult children don't feel like we should have to be catering to them like they're 5 anymore, and we shouldn't. But that's kinda what the kids expect. As I have one daughter, the oldest one, who for years now, mind you, she has her own house now, has her own kids, a husband, and she's a great housekeeper. She's actually a really hardworking young lady. Oh goodness, Terry, you got kicked out when you were 16. Did you not want to follow the rules or something? Or was it just a bad situation? But this oldest daughter of mine, when she was going through this phase of growing up and trying to spread her own wings and have some autonomy, uh, she would move out, keep a beautiful home, spotless. And then she would have problems and have to move back into my house and live in a bedroom that looked like a trash dumpster. It wasn't a thing then. No meds. Oh, that's true. That's true. There wasn't. Yeah. Um, but I used to sit her down and say, "Hey, look, I used to go to your house when you were there, and keep in your home, and it was nice. Why do you feel like when you come to my house and you have to live here for however long, you get to destroy it? And it's left up to me to do all the work to clean up after you. I don't understand that. If you can keep your own house, you can come here and keep my house too." And for her, it was a matter of, well, mom, there are 5 other people in this house besides me. I don't wanna have to clean up after all of them. I said, "Then you need to find your own place again." You know? Um, of course, now this is when she was much older, not in college, working full time, doing the whole thing. But, but this young lady, this new one, this I call her the new one, the new adult, um, nothing is sacred in this house. Nothing. If she sees it and she wants it, it's hers. And I'm like, "Wait a minute. That's not how this works. You can't just barge into your brother's room and say, 'Hey, you've got my so and so.' You have to knock before you go in your brother's room. That is called respect." Little things like this, little tiny things like this that seem like common sense to you and me are not common sense to her. And again, Violet, if you ever watch this, I'm not complaining. I love you and I do not want you to leave. But I do want you to grow up a little bit and maybe go away to college. You can completely relate to this. Thank God somebody can, because sometimes I feel like I'm the only person out there that one minute I want her to move out, and then the next minute I'm like, "Oh no, she can't do that. I can't. How am I going to sleep if she's not in her bed? How am I going to function if how do I cook for 3 people instead of 4?" All of that. All of that. How am I gonna go to sleep without worrying if she's not here? Hello, She Cooks and She Roasts. Y'all, if you have not subscribed to She Cooks and Roasts channel, please go and check that out. Um, I think I think I can oh, I'm not on YouTube on this. Do I have any Hey, Terry, you're a moderator. Could you get her link and stick it down in the comment section, please? Um, Welcome in, She Cooks and Roasts. I appreciate you being here tonight. We are discussing how no house is big enough for 2 women, and, I'm at that point now in my journey with my young adult daughter. I've been through this twice before with 2 other daughters, um, and I guess I might have to do that. But, I'm older now. I was young when it was happening before, and I still had other kids at home that I was raising. Excuse me just a minute. I'm gonna find okay. Hmm, there we go. I'm gonna put that link down there in just a second. There it is. You have 3 young adults. Oh my goodness. And do they all live at home? I just wonder how other women deal with the situation, you know? Y'all, this link down here is for She Cooks and Roasts. So please, oh, you got it. Okay. um, it's a difficult thing. I think it is anyway. But what do I know? Oh, you're an empty nester now. Okay. Okay. Well, and I keep looking forward to that day. I mean, I've had a house full of kids all of my adult life. I started having children when I was 20. By the time I was 26, I had 3 kids, and the rest is history. It just kept growing and growing. And now the last 2 out of 7 are at home. One is 16, the other one's almost 20, and the almost 20-year-old is a girl. Boys I think do better, but I could be completely mistaken about that. My boys, um, they were a little more disinterested. Is that the right word? I'm not sure if that's the right word or not. They were a little more obedient than my girls, as far as uh, they were more willing to follow the house rules. The girls, they did it reluctantly and loudly. They a lot of protesting, and now this last one doesn't protest much, but what she does do is that little passive aggressive thing. Like not long ago, we have cats, and I told her to take out the cat litter. Well, she ignored me for 3 days. And every time I'd go in her room and I'd say, Why haven't you taken care of the cat litter yet?" "Oh, I'll get to it." And mm, so finally, she ended she ended up with the container in her bed, and I told her she could either sleep with it or tend to it. And that's how that went. Well, then she got resentful, she was like really mad with me. And I said, "Hey, I gave you 3 days. How many days do you need? Do what you're asked to do and do it promptly, and then you don't have to think about it again." Excuse me. I'm having a night. I had, um, so yeah, that's how that. I probably shouldn't have done that, but I was tired, y'all. I was tired of talking. I was tired of asking, and there's such a line in the sand for moms, I think. You either act like an adult or you act like a child, and I'm gonna treat you whichever way you act, right? Yeah, set boundaries, yeah. Um, so, but for the kid, young adult, whatever you wanna call it, they are wishy-washy on the line. One day they wanna act like a kid, one day they wanna act like an adult, and you think it's going the right direction, and all of a sudden you've got a 6-year-old again. Um, but, you have to make your point too. You have to make your point with them, and, that's what that was. The cat litter box in her bed was a point, and she got it. She got the point. I should be ashamed. Mm. But I think that this is a condition that every mother and daughter go through when the transition to adulthood starts to happen. And, this last young lady, she is definitely a late bloomer. Um, for the longest time, when I remember her being 16, 17 years old. Yeah, we have all been there, haven't we? She was 16 or 17, and we I would have occasional conversations with her about, okay, you need to decide what you want to do after you graduate high school, because at that point you need to start being an adult and you need to start paying your own insurance and your own cell phone, and she does that. I said, you're going to have to find a job while you're going to college because you can't be a freeloader, I said, I don't expect you to work full time, but you do need a part time. And she does. She's got a part time job. She really likes it. She makes pretty good money for a young person who's in college. And she only has to work about 20 hours a week for it. Um, but she would cry. She'd sit there on her bed and I'd be talking to her, and all of a sudden the alligator tears would come. Mom, I just don't want to grow up. I'm terrified to grow up. I said, well, it's a little scary, but I said, you got to think of it as an adventure. Like, what's next? What's next? Because there's a lot of good things about growing up. I said, paying your own bills, no, that's not great. But being able to do what you want, being able to come and go as you please, being able to, after you have your own house, that's always the rule. We have a rule here that nobody is allowed to come in the house after 11 o'clock because my husband has to get up at 4:30 and go to work every morning. And if there's people coming in and out of the house all the time, he doesn't get to sleep. He won't go to sleep till the kids are in the house in the bed. And, you know, just like most parents who are worth anything. It does suck. It really sucks. It does suck so bad. But I can't tell her that or she'll want to live here forever. Yeah. Oh my goodness. And I really thought that it was going to be easier with her. It is not. It is not. We can't have her living here forever. Um, I'm already worried about that with my boy. He's 16 coming up right behind her. Um, but he does he is better about doing things when I ask him to do them. He's a lot better about that. Um, he wants to be helpful because he thinks I'm old and decrepit. So so there's that. Um, so gosh, how many people? I got 10 people in here. So I need some more of you ladies, if there are any, to pipe up and say, hey, this is what I do. This is, or I've been through it, I haven't been through it. Throw me some comments down there and let me see how everybody else relates to this situation. And I don't even really know if I'm verbalizing it the way I need to. I'm just going along. I'm thinking of little examples when individually each example is not, it's not so bad. You have a talk with them. Hopefully things change, right? Yeah, it's not going to change until she has her own place, right? It's not. It's just not. Oh, hey, y'all, help me welcome somebody who might shed some wisdom on this subject. This is my good buddy Grumpus. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How's everybody else doing?
I am great. I am great. Um, what'd you have for dinner?
Pizza.
Pizza.
It's the wife's birthday and she wanted to order a pizza, so I told her to go for it.
Oh, well, happy birthday, Mrs. Grumpus.
Valentine's Day yesterday and her birthday today. I'm pretty much screwed for the weekend.
Well, I was expecting to hear, lamb chops with Brussels sprouts and
No,
Parmesan cheese.
I did do scallops and crab legs and stuff last night for Valentine's Day.
That sounds nice.
I
That sounds real
usually
nice.
make her a nice dinner for Valentine's Day, and then we was going to go out to eat tonight, but she decided she wanted to do it tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Okay. Does she
So
have any ideas what she wants?
I know where I'm taking her.
Okay, then. That's all that matters.
I mean,
Don't you give away your secrets.
well, I'm sure she's not watching.
Good, good. Well, I mean, I wouldn't want her to, spoil the surprise. Hey Jane Doe,
You don't want all the
how are
internet
you
to
doing
show up.
this evening? Look, look. So I'm going through the thing.
I see that.
And it dawned on me, it really dawned on me yesterday when she left to go to Pensacola. And it was like the atmosphere in the house just went.
You had an epiphany, didn't you?
I did. I certainly did.
How do you
And
turn
and
that
you know,
into
I have
how do
had
you turn that into
I'm
rent?
sorry.
How do you turn an epiphany into rent?
That's a good idea. No, I can't do that to her. She has to save all of her money to go to the university next year. I can't take all of it from her.
Well, you can save it for her.
Well,
Give
I
her her
guess
own
I could,
money.
yeah. I could do that.
Well,
Yeah. That might be
she gotta get used to paying rent sometime.
that's a really good point.
So if you charged her rent, she managed to get, I mean, don't tell her you're going to give it all back.
Right,
Let her
right.
learn how to budget that, and she might have to work more than 20 hours a week.
Well, she's she's a what generation is she? I don't even know. Alpha? They're not supposed to work more than 20 hours a week. What are you talking about? They're supposed to make a living wage on 20 hours a week.
Well, that's my 2 cents. I'll see y'all next week.
No, I understand what you're saying. I really do. Um, that is a really good suggestion too, because um, she does need that kind of practice, and I could save that money for her to apply it to the university, and then she could graduate with no debt, which is what the goal is in the first place.
I mean,
Hi, Rudy. Thank you.
I wanted to do that when Corey was here,
Yeah,
and I was just going to collect rent. I was just going to stash it aside, and when it's finally time to boot him out to the curb, I was going to give it to him to have a deposit on an apartment.
right.
But Mama decided that 40-year-old man couldn't afford $50 a week rent.
$50 a week?
That's all I asked for. I done
I'm a little stunned.
blew her off the internet.
I'm speechless because I
Well,
think that what happened? Oh, for
uh,
the love of Pete. Give
Mama,
me 1 second.
Mama happened.
Oh, mama happened?
Mama happened.
Well,
It was a fine line to balance between kicking one out and losing the other, or keeping one.
okay, I know this looks goofy, y'all, but I don't know what I've done here.
You're getting fancy. Look at that. Is that for your mic?
Do what?
Is that for your microphone or your camera?
It's my camera. I'm behind my camera
I see
because
that.
for some reason the camera turned off. It's like a ghost pushed the button to turn the camera off, and now I don't know how to flip it back around.
Go to camera setting. Go to the camera setting.
Oh, that's right. I remember now. Thank you. I'm gonna have to take it off of this contraption. You know what? I'm having a really hard time filming with this phone, and I don't like that.
You just have to get used to it.
Well, I thought I had fixed the lighting issue where it wants to autofocus the lighting
Uh-huh.
because you on the camera part, you can okay, camera. Oh, fiddlesticks. Front facing back. I don't know why it did that all on its own without me touching it. See, that's a problem. Okay. Oh God, y'all don't look at my mess. Okay, how's that? That's see
That
how
looks
it just
good.
dimmed?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I locked all the settings in the camera, like the aperture, the ISO, and all of that. I just
Hmm.
learned what all that stuff meant. Poppy was helping me with it yesterday.
There you
And I
go.
thought I had fixed it. I went back in, did it all over again today because apparently when you close your camera app, it unlocks and goes back to the default setting. And I'm just really not sure how all of this stuff um, works. I'm really not. So I think I've out technologied myself now. I can't hear you now. I don't understand. Okay, hang on.
See, I had the mute on.
Oh, did you? Okay, so it's not just me, right?
No, no, not just
Okay.
you.
Okay. Well, that's better then. I'm gonna turn it around because that's bothering me so much that I can't see what's going on. Um, it's not as good a camera on this end, but it's just gonna have to do.
Do
See how
you
it's going off?
do you still use your Logitech? Your
I
Logitech camera?
can. The problem that I had with the Logitech is that it would overheat and shut off,
Really?
and I'm not sure. Yeah, and I'm not sure how to prevent that.
I've never had one overheat.
It both of them did it. I bought 2. Remember I told you I bought
Yeah,
1 in case it
yeah.
both of them have done it.
I
And,
I
uh,
set one up today, but
and it
it's been on.
might just be because I'm using a Chromebook
Well, I
with
mean
very little power.
USB. It shouldn't make a difference. I'll
Really?
be darned. I did. I did some added another camera today. The
Oh,
the
did you?
Logitech I had. Are you ready? Are you
Okay.
ready for this? You want me to show you?
Yeah, let me see, let me see, let me see.
This, my friends, is the new Smoky Cam. Ain't that right, Smoky?
Smokey, look at him side-eyeing you.
So
Oh, look at him.
people always ask about her, so there she is.
Oh, she's so beautiful. A smoky cam.
Mickey says, "You're doing what?" I said, "Everybody always asks about the cat and how the cat's doing." I said, "So
I
now we got a
love
new
it.
Smoky Cam."
That's right. You'll have to spin her around so we can see the full effect of Miss Smoky.
Every time I do it, she she looks the other way.
Maybe she doesn't like being spied on.
So anyway, that's what I've been fooling with today. Important
Oh.
stuff.
And see, I want to avoid the experience that you've had with having a 40-year-old living in your home. Um,
Well, you've got to start when
well,
they're
and I'll
30.
probably be dead by the time she's 40, but
I'd say you need to start when they're 30, but you really need to start when they're 20.
you need to start when they're like 12. That's what you need to do. Brandy said, my experiences of 2 women living together in the same house was with my mama, and it was rough. See, and I don't want to make it rough on my daughter. I really don't. But I also don't want her to make it rough on me.
But you got to make it
Number
just enough rough that they want to go.
Yes, yes.
It's not
Not
that you're making it rough, it's independence. I mean, you
right,
remember when
and
you're that old, you wanted to make your own rules. Well, you can't do that in somebody else's house, in somebody
that's
else's
right.
roof.
Well, and that's what we're experiencing is that she wants to make her own rules now. And this is a new development with her. You know, before, say, 3 to 6 months ago, she didn't care if I made the rules for her. She wanted me to still make her rules.
Well, she got a
And
taste of independence and liked it.
that's right. That's
Yeah,
right. And I'm glad because that's the way it's supposed to be. So I'm not really, I'm not complaining, honestly. The only things I complain about are the things that she doesn't follow through with. It
yeah,
was rough because she was like the kid and oh, well that makes a lot of sense,
yeah,
Brandy.
yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
But
that's hard.
even a nest of birds, them little birds grow up and they just know it's time to fly away.
Yes,
And if
and that
and if
mama
they
knows to
don't,
kick them out of the nest,
mama kicks them out of the nest.
Right. Uh, and Violet was a late bloomer, and I've said that more than once. And you do have to kind of give a kid who's a late bloomer a little bit of extra time to find herself or himself. but it's not gonna be a decade, I promise you that.
Well, that may
I don't
be
even
mentally late bloomer, but her body's telling her it's time to go.
Oh, yeah,
That's
it is.
and she's fighting that. She's fighting her own self.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
But I'm not going to come
Um,
on the internet and tell you you need to kick your kid out the door either.
oh, well, I wouldn't do that anyway. And honestly, she's gonna be leaving to go to college, I believe, next summer. We've
I mean,
got another year.
only thing you can do at this point is set the ground rules down. She's going to have to follow them.
Right,
I mean,
right,
I was engaged at 19 years old and still living at home.
right.
And my mama put a curfew on me because I got home after 11 o'clock, and she grounded me.
And she grounded you?
And I told her, I said, "You can't ground me. I'm engaged. I'm fixing to leave the house." She said, "Well, when you leave the house, you can stay out after 11." And then she said them famous words: "Do I need to bring your dad in on this?" Well, I
"No,
guess
mom, I'll
not.
follow the rule.
I guess not.
I'll follow
But
them rules now."
that made me find my own place at 19.
Right. Well, I'm okay with her getting her own place. Here's what I wish. I wish that, um, she would go to college closer so that she would at least have a soft place to fall. Right now, her intention is to go to college an hour away, which is
Really,
still close,
really, an hour away
but
isn't that far.
no, it's not that far. It really isn't, and I think it'll be okay. Because even at that point, if her car breaks down and her daddy has to come rescue her, it it's not that far to get to her.
I think we're going to get you through this.
I hope so, Grumpus. I really do. It Like I said, it's not that I don't want her to grow up.
That's your
I
last baby
love that my
girl.
other yeah, and I just want to carry her through it instead of taking my hands off and saying, "Okay, you're on your own,"
Mhm.
like the mama birds do.
Well, I mean,
And well,
you
they
had
don't
to
do
let her
that.
out on her own in the car eventually. I mean, she got her license. You were
Yes,
terrified.
I
Now she
was,
drives, and
and now she's driving. She's
you're a
all the way
little
in
less
Wisconsin.
terrified, right? Okay, that example.
When she left yesterday evening, I wouldn't let her. Okay, here was the rules. She asked if she could go on this trip to Pensacola. I said, "I don't care if you go or not. But the rules are I don't want you driving at night on the interstate to come home or to go over there. You're not familiar with that drive and you need to be doing it during the day." So she did. She went over there in the daytime and I told her instead of she was going to come home Sunday evening. I said, "Oh, no, you're not." I said, You can either stay with your brother or you can get a hotel room and you can come back Monday morning when it's daylight outside." And she said, okay, she would do that. So, I mean, I think that was a fair compromise, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I mean, thankfully, though, she didn't, like buck the system and just go off on her own and give me the finger. But then again, she wouldn't do that. She would not. If I'd have told her, Violet, I don't want you going over there, she wouldn't have gone. Not yet. Not yet. Give her 6 months and she might.
Yeah,
But
I agree with you.
hmm and believe me, I know what's coming. That's why I had the epiphany here in the last, few days. I know what's coming. And I want to make it as easy and as peaceful a transition as humanly possible. We'll see. Look, I am almost done with this blanket that I'm making. Poppy's been helping me weave. See this? I got all the strings on the back where
Uh-huh.
I've changed colors. That's the biggest pain in the butt ever. I hate this part. You have to weave them all in so that they don't make your project ugly. Well, Poppy's been helping me, and we're almost finished. I laid them all out, and I measured it, and the stinking thing's going to be too small. So now I
Well,
have to make 19 more squares.
you got to put another row around the outside.
The I have to put another row down the outside here, and then one along the bottom, basically making
Okay.
it because I want it more than 5 feet wide. I basically want it to cover a full size bed, and it would be just a little bit short. And adding adding 19 squares will make it so that it covers a full size bed, plus it has a little bit of overhang. I think that'll be nice.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's where I'm at. And I've decided, hey, Pia, how are you doing? It is so good to see you. Hey, look, if y'all don't know Pixel Pia, you should go check out her channel because she does a lot of very wonderful tutorials on AI, on how to operate your computer, how to operate different software programs, how to do Google and all of the things that Google offers. Um, she's got a really great channel. I don't think she gets as many views as she should because she's a very, very, very patient and thorough teacher. So please go check her channel out. If somebody could drop a link for me, I'd appreciate it for Pixelpia because I am not on my YouTube again. You're planning the book blanket that you found a few weeks ago. Oh, yeah, that's going to be really fun. No, Pia, that's the truth. I'm not being kind. I'm telling the truth. I have learned more from your channel since the beginning of my YouTube journey than I ever would have learned had I not watched it.
Well, Jane beat
Um,
me to it. I couldn't spell it right.
hey, Jane's on the man. Jane's got it. She's got it going on.
That keyboard
So, how
smoking.
was your week, Grumpus?
It was pretty good. I mean, it was pretty uneventful.
Yeah, well, that's a
it,
good
it
week,
turned it
isn't it?
turned cold and rainy this week
We
again.
got a lot of rain. Yeah, we got rain. Um, Tomorrow we are supposed to be in I think the mid 30s, and then Wednesday and Thursday it's supposed to be in the 20s.
Yep, that's what I heard.
The thing is, Monday and Tuesday supposed to be almost 70.
That's the way it is.
So half the community will probably be sick after that. Just taking a break and thought this was it is the place to do it. Tia, we're cool folks over here. This is where cool kids hang out, right, Grumpus?
That's it. Well, I found out that I've only got 4 more visits left on my therapy.
Oh my goodness, and you'll
I
be
can't,
finished.
and it was 36 of them. I can't believe I've been to that many already. Seems like
Well,
it just doesn't seem like it.
so now are they going to release you from that type of care, or will you
I
have
don't
to
think
have
there's
some
any.
kind of maintenance?
I don't think there's anything behind it. I don't
Okay.
think
Well, that's good.
they. Normally they give you you get a little sticky note that's got the machine settings and different things like that, goals for the week, and pretty much they hold your hand that way. Well,
Right.
Thursday they made the announcement that they had redone everybody's goals, and I said, "Great." So I,
Yeah.
so I looked at mine, and all it said was, uh, "Almost there, yay," and a smiley face. I said, "What does this mean?" She says, "You can do anything you want now." I said,
Oh,
"Really?"
wow.
She said, "Well, you've come far enough along. You just set your own stuff, and you just do whatever you want." I said, "Can I go home?" He said, "Well, we prefer you didn't."
Oh, Lord.
So I got
Oh, my
four
Lord.
more
Well,
visits.
I am very happy for you. That is wonderful. That
So,
means you have really come a long way.
yeah, I was doing
Hi,
all right.
Rebecca. And
You,
I want to say hey to Lucy. Lucy at Lucy Warren's World. Thank you for coming in tonight.
ooh,
And is that it? Okay, Rebecca, Touched by Yarn. Y'all go check out her channel. She's a she does a lot of loom hats and loom knitting. Go ahead, Grumpus. I'm sorry.
I don't know what that is. What is a loom?
Well, well, it simulates knitting. You can do
Oh,
different
that's
shapes, different
the
sizes.
little machine thing, right? Little
Well,
handheld
there are
machine thing.
machines, and then there are things that you do by hand. There's both.
Okay, okay, I'm
Yeah,
with you now.
yeah. You'll get it. You'll get it. Um, no, I am very, 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 very excited that you are in such good shape and you have recovered remarkably well
I
under the
wasn't that
circumstances.
bad when I started. I didn't think. I was a little bit sore, but I was still pretty strong.
Well,
And
yeah, but from
but yeah,
uh
I feel better. It you know it,
good.
I didn't want to do it. I did it, and it was the right call.
A lot when I had my situation, um, they recommended the heart rehab, but not because I had any real damage to my heart.
Right,
It was more so that I would know that I was able to do things and not have anxiety about it.
more
And
psychological.
more psychological. And I told them, I said, "You don't have to worry about that with me. I can do whatever I want,
Yeah.
and I will." So,
I mean, my
but
nephew
I
came over. My nephew came over today with a new computer and monitor for me to set up for him, and I carried it out of the truck into the house. I mean, he's got a bum leg. Well, he's missing a
oh,
leg,
oh
and he
my,
didn't want me to carry it in. I said, "Well, how's it going to get in?" But I could carry it. It wasn't no big deal.
wasn't difficult.
Nah, I've already been on a roof once. I told you
Mm,
that.
I know you did. Still, still a little
Live,
miffed about it.
I lived to
'Ca-
tell the tale.
You did, you did. But you know what? Poppy called me from. Poppy's got that hip replacement,
Yeah.
and that's a point of contention with us because he likes to do things like you do, get on roofs,
Well, you got to
use
stay active.
chainsaws.
Keep
Well,
that stuff
right.
working.
I don't like him to even get on a ladder because you know what happens if he falls off and ruins that hip replacement and makes it so they can't give him a new one. I'm the one that's got to take care of him.
Well, I mean, what's his option? A rocking chair and one of them blankets you're going to need him?
Well, no, but he can stay on the ground. We can pay somebody to do the high
I,
up stuff.
I still got stuff to do. So my cardiologist Friday, he says
Yeah,
I'm
what he
doing very
say?
well. He's done pulled one of the medications back already.
That's great.
Because I told him, I said, how long? I'm sure there's one or two I'm going to be stuck with the rest of my life. I
Oh
said, but
yeah,
when can I get off most of this stuff?
right.
He said, well, is it making you sick? And I says, I don't know, but I don't want to
Just
take them.
don't know, don't care. Just don't want to take it.
I want to get off of them as soon as I can.
Right.
He said, what about your pain pills? I said, I stopped taking those 2 days after I got home.
Huh. He thought
I,
you were still taking the pain pills.
Well, he still had it on the prescription thing.
Oh,
So I
oh.
mean,
Hey, Tom.
I've got one bag in there that I've never even opened the bag, let alone the bottle that's got the stuff in it. Figure, one of these
Oh,
days I might have a kidney stone or something and want those things.
you never know. You might need it. Yeah,
I mean, that's the good stuff, so I'm gonna save some of it.
right.
Hey,
Um,
Tom, how you
yeah, I
doing,
would
Tom?
save it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think a lot of
Hey,
times it's just
Grumpus,
convenient.
I need to take a bit of a break. So if
En-
you could
en-
hang out with
Enjoy.
everybody until I revive myself,
Can you throw the link up for Tom,
I sure can. Oh, yes, I can. Hang on just a second.
or did you already
Tom,
send it
come
to
on
him?
up and hang out with Grumpus and me. Copy. I'm just going to throw it in the chat. You moderators, get rid of anybody you need to.
Man, I got my finger on the button.
Good. I'll be back in a
All right.
I'll be back in just a minute. I guess I should be.
So Tom, how you been doing? And Terry, I meant you made a comment a minute ago. What's going on? Are you going to have to make that trip or false alarm? And I want to know how the new computer's coming. Tom, I've been watching some of your stuff. I haven't, I've been watching it at work, so I haven't been able to leave too many comments. But man, you're a workaholic. There, thank you, Jane. Oh no. So you going to have that looked at tonight, Terry? Or are you going to go in the morning? Or you said you think? When will you know? And how bad does it have to hurt before you go? Yeah, my nephew come over today. He had there he is. What's going on, Tom?
Welcome, welcome, Tom.
What's happening?
Just chewing the fat.
Yep.
Fat, see, fat's good for you. Not the
Yeah,
keto guy. He loves fat.
I think so.
What's cooking, guys? How you been? All right?
I've been doing good. Shoot, another commercial.
Fan freaking tastic.
You got somebody over your shoulder that
I
grumpus
know it.
staring.
You never know when these commercials are going to pop up.
Oh man.
So how you and Maria doing?
We're hanging in. But I tell you what, it's been cold here the past couple of days.
It's supposed to get cold here in the next day or two.
It rained. When was it? Thursday. Like I thought I was back east.
Ooh.
I mean, it rained all day into the night, and then overnight, and then the wind picked up. I tell you what, it's wow.
It was real windy today.
Crazy weather. But now the temperature dropped back down again. Hey Terry, how you doing?
Well, Tom, I was telling Charlotte that I had an extra webcam laying around today,
Mm-hmm.
so I've got a new smoky cam.
All right. That's pretty cool. I like that.
My wife says, "You're going to do what?" I said, "Well, I could put it in the closet, or I could hang it off my desk."
and
Everybody's
use it.
always asking about the cat. I said, "Now she got her own camera."
That's funny as hell. That is funny as hell. I was tired of buying the air cans to clean out my
Yeah,
area and everything like that.
yeah.
And I bought a blower from
Oh,
Amazon.
wow.
It's like $9.
Does that do pretty good?
Yeah, it's
I like that. I like the nozzle concentrated like that.
and it's got all different attachments. It's got a brush. Yeah. You know, It's pretty powerful too.
Yeah, I tried the wife's hair dryer once, but it just blew stuff everywhere. Papers.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
This
thing
thing
you
seems
get down in your keys.
this seems to work really good because I get into the into the back of the
Yeah,
computer and stuff.
I like
Works out
that.
good. Yeah, it works out good.
That was Amazon?
Yeah. I was
Okay.
tired, I'm looking at I think they wanted like it was like almost like $30 for six cans or something like that. I said,
Oh
I've
yeah,
seen this.
that canned air is getting expensive.
Yeah, I said, so you know what? This thing, I mean, this since I've had it now, I think I charged it one time. That was it.
Did you
So
put an affiliate link up on your channel?
not yet. No, I haven't done that, and I'm waiting to fool around with that a little bit.
Okay.
I just got the. I'm going to be doing with Monument Grills in March 18th and 19th. I'm going to be cooking at the National Hardware Show.
Wow.
Oh,
You're
how
gonna
fun.
you're gonna be the ambassador, huh?
Yeah, I'll be there, and me and another gentleman. I don't know if you know him or not. Chef John from Chef's Backyard.
No, I'm not
Yeah,
familiar with that channel.
he's been with Monument for a little bit. They're going to bring him in, and but the two of us are going to Monday. I'm sorry, the 18th and the 19th, and do a demonstration and also some samplings and stuff. So that
Good
should be
night,
fun.
Rebecca. Thanks for coming in tonight.
Yeah, that sounds like it'd be a lot of fun.
So we're just trying to right now. In fact, tomorrow we got to get together and find out exactly what we're going to be doing. You know how that stuff works, Grumpus. I mean, they have one person where you get the meats and stuff from, or your stuff.
So,
And
did they supply that, or do you have to go get it? Did they give
no,
you
they'll supply it.
allowance? Okay.
Yeah, they'll supply it. But then once the people get there, we're going to meet up on St. Patty's Day and on the 17th, and tie up whatever else we need to do and stuff. And what it is, it's being that it is a trade show, but it's not a food show.
Mm-hmm.
Big difference. So
You gotta try and sell grills.
you're only allowed to give out small samples,
Mm-hmm.
like 2 ounces or less.
Okay.
So that could be more challenging than cooking giving somebody a whole burger. You know what I mean?
Get you some
Right.
sharp knives.
Yeah, exactly. I use tweezers. I have to get smaller tweezers.
Yeah.
Charlotte, I blew through your live when you were putting the patches together.
Oh, yeah.
How'd that work out?
We're still working on it.
Okay, all right.
I only have this many more to do. It's about, well, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 11, 12 more to do out of
Didn't you
80.
have? I was going to say because I think you've been talking about something like 40. I said to myself,
Yeah.
she'll have them done in 10 minutes. No problem.
No. You know what's
Covered.
interesting is I can crochet pretty quickly, but when it comes to weaving those ends in, I hate it. It's the worst part of the whole project. And what I'll do is I'll do 2 and then get up and do something else. And then I'll do 1 and then I'll get up and ignore it for an hour. And so it really is, it takes a long time for me to accomplish that. So Poppy has been helping me, and he has a little more stick-to-itiveness for things he doesn't like than I do. So, so he has really done most of this himself. Oh, Pia, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate you coming in. Well,
Good night, Pia.
yeah, she said it makes her miss live streaming so much. Well, you could always do it some more.
Yeah, we're here every Saturday.
Yeah.
Jump up and join us.
Y'all, Tom is talking about, are you talking about the live stream I did last night, Tom?
Yeah.
The vertical?
Yeah.
Or
It was the
Okay.
vertical. It was the vertical one, but
okay.
why
I did.
did you do a vertical?
That's what I was going to ask.
Well, because I wanted to see if I'd get more views. My friend Jackie, handcrafted by Jackie,
Yeah.
she does verticals a lot, and she gets tons and tons of views on her verticals. And they also count after they count towards watch time, but I'm not sure what the parameters around that are. I don't know if you have to have so many subscribers and then it counts towards watch time, or if you have to have so many watch hours. There's something about it, but
Okay.
I've got all of those things, so it counts on my watch time.
It was
See,
on your regular channel, right?
It was
And
on my regular channel.
it wasn't a
That's the
short.
thing. No, it wasn't, but it shows up on the short shelf when it's vertical.
Oh,
And it
okay.
also shows up as a regular video in your notifications and all of that. So it's really kind of an interesting
Cause
concept that I did
yeah,
not know.
because I was
I'm sorry.
thinking about that because doing a vertical basically is for. Uh, I know people out here who go down to Fremont Street and and they hate it. Doing with the verticals, they just don't like it. So it goes up on not considered a short, but it goes up onto your stuff as a vertical. It has uh,
Right.
its own place. Let's put it
Kind
that
of a
way.
designation. Yeah. Yeah.
Because now shorts, I just put a short up tonight, first time, and I don't know how long because they just were duds. They just don't go nowhere.
Right.
And I got one short that's got 163,000 views. When I put it up, the phone, I said, "What the hell's going on?" My phone all night long was going nuts, and I had to kill the volume on it. Now shorts are 3 minutes. You can
Okay.
do a short up to 3 minutes now. Okay, but now that's
It's
having
time.
trouble. They're having trouble right now with as far as with music. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because you
Mm-hmm.
before regular shorts, you can 15 minutes short. Okay, you could get away with, or up to a minute, you could get away with using somebody's music.
Right. And now
Okay,
with 3 minutes, they want a copyright.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's not good.
they'll just put it back. So, like I said, I stayed away from it, but then I was curious because I said, I said, because I seen your thing on the bottom that you were doing the vertical and you were trying out the
Right.
vertical and stuff like that. So, yeah,
Yeah, I tried it out and I wasn't disappointed. I got for that. I think I was live for an hour and 50 minutes.
hmm
And mind you, it was super, super late at night. I don't know what time I ended up going live. I think it was after 1 o'clock in the morning.
It was pretty
And
late.
I still got almost 200 views on that, which I
you
never get that many on a regular live stream.
you had a
Never.
lot of people in there at that time that were watching.
Hmm. Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
hey, if it works,
So,
go for it. Don't I tell everybody, don't be afraid to try anything. With the only thing I just got to I don't know if you get them, but how YouTube will send you out these different questionnaires and stuff like that, and then they'll ask you different or they'll
oh yeah.
send you about what's going on watching and stuff and that. I have my channel is almost, I think they said 49 or 50, somewhere in that area, okay, that watch on big screen TV.
Oh wow, really?
And
I
the
was just looking at that. I was actually, hang on, something happened here. Oh, look what we got.
I watched quite a bit of stuff on a big screen TV too.
Yeah.
Do you?
And but the problem is you can't leave comments or anything. Oh
Tom,
my goodness.
good.
Cover your eyes, Tom.
What's
You need to
up?
get some black tape put over your
No, I do not. What's up,
Get some black tape, put it over my eyes.
Maybe we should send him some pasties.
No, do not begin that because
Time to do this.
no, Yeah. So the
Yes,
guy,
dear.
the last guy who said that to me already pissed me off.
But I am your friend and I'm teasing you.
I,
So
I,
there.
I know you all, but I mean, if for the three up here,
Yeah.
I'm dealing with a
There you go.
I'm dealing with a situation with someone who pretty much hates me for no reason.
Well, it's better to be pissed
Well,
off than pissed on.
yeah, DJ, don't bother with folks like that. They just waste your time.
Haters are going to
Totally
hate.
waste your time.
Yeah, no, but this guy,
I know it's irritating.
I mean, the three of you should know the guy I'm talking about without saying a name.
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
More than likely. Let's put it that way, DJ.
yeah,
Yeah. I think
yeah,
it just dawned on me.
Yeah.
yeah.
Where do I find that? That audience, right? Is that where we find it? That metric on the analytics that you were talking about, Tom.
I think it is on the audience or.
Okay.
But I got to tell you, when I do look at my analytics, I don't do it all the time.
Yeah.
It's different on the phone. I get different numbers.
Oh yeah, yeah. Me too. Me too.
So
I get different numbers in the studio.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Hey, Terry, what's up?
but the best thing of that is right now with the big screen, and that's what the CEO. I just read an article about that. The CEO wants to do
Right.
is big screens. They want to get away
Okay.
from the phone,
Mhm.
okay, and basically do it because they're supposedly changing something on YouTube TV.
They want to turn into Netflix is what they want to do.
Bingo.
Yeah, they realize that more people watch YouTube of their TVs than a lot of other
Yeah.
devices.
If I've got
Well,
an
So,
I'm
hour or
looking
two
at
late at
my
night, sometimes I'll jump on the TV and just watch it till I fall asleep.
Yeah.
right.
yeah.
I'm looking at mine, and for my channel, computer still wins by it's at 59%. Mobile phone is 24%. TV is 10%, and tablet is 5%, which is really interesting because now I know my parents when they watch my channel, they watch it on their TV.
Yeah.
And see that was the other being that you check your analytics now that you're still on the PC and on the phone. So going vertical, that would work for you.
Mhm.
For me,
Mhm.
doing vertical for somebody to watch it on a big screen TV, that'll turn them off.
Yeah, no.
Right. Yeah, yeah, I could see where that would, yeah. Because if you're on a big screen, you don't want to watch something that just takes up the center of it,
Yeah.
And
right?
that's
I
how I
didn't
seen
know.
you. That's how I seen you on last night on my TV.
Oh, I
Okay,
see. I
and I
Me
looked
see.
at
too.
him. What
That's
in
where
the
I found it.
hell? Yeah, what in the hell?
Okay, I want y'all to help me figure this out, please. My lighting keeps adjusting. What is that? Somebody help me.
Well, it's an
I want
automatic
it
light level that's turned on somewhere.
Yeah.
We just have to
turned
find it.
off. Hmm. Well, if I knew the name of what to call it, I could
Brandon,
Google it. I watch cleaning motivation on my TV. It's
I
hard to
love it.
get motivated.
Yeah.
Brandy, I do that.
That's
I
funny.
love to watch Midwest Magic Cleaning. I don't know if
Yeah.
you've ever seen him or not, but I love him.
Nice.
I
But
like
yeah.
his moose jokes.
Yeah, talking about devices, just looking at mine right now.
Mhm.
50, 57.3 is on computer, 43.7 is on mobile, then 5.7 is TV,
Mhm.
then 3.3 is on tablet with,
Wow.
I mean,
Charlotte, does your phone automatically adjust when you're just looking at the phone?
yeah, like,
It doesn't? Okay. So it's not the adaptive that where you got the setting for how bright the
No,
phone is.
no, I turned that off already.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Hmm.
it's got
Wow.
to be something with. See, I thought it was the ISO or the aperture, but apparently it's not because I've got it locked right now, and I don't know if it might be StreamYard. Is it? It can't be StreamYard, can it?
Can't. I don't know. I think it would be coming from your camera.
yeah,
Yeah,
That's
'cause
what I would think
ours
too.
aren't ours aren't adjusting.
well,
Right, right.
yeah, I
I can
mean,
see you going in and out. Like,
Yeah, it's driving me insane, and it only does it with this phone, this new phone that I have. It never did it with any of my other phones, and I don't understand what setting is causing this to happen.
now, Charlotte, are you using your phone right now to record? Mike sounds great. Microphone sounds. No, it does. Mike sounds really good.
Thank you.
No, it
Thank
really
you.
does. Because I know
I
my
really
phone. I'm sorry. On my phone does the same thing with the microphone. That'll go in and out on my phone,
oh,
unless I plug something into it, another mic, an external mic into it. So that's why I never use my phone
I
for
see. I
for
see.
recording. But there's got
Well,
to be
if
some.
this doesn't stop, I'm gonna have to either use my webcams. I'm sorry, guys. I've got hives, and it's in my head and my back and my neck. And I really don't have bugs. If I keep scratching my head, it's because of the stupid hives.
yeah,
And I ate something today that just I don't even know what it was because all I had was a corned beef brisket, potatoes, and carrots. That's it.
yeah,
Oh, and some cabbage.
yeah,
Good.
hey,
Cabbage.
Robert,
Yeah.
what type of phone do you have? I
It's a
know,
Motorola Edge
okay, more is,
2024.
that's all I need to know. Let me look
Okay.
the,
It,
the,
don't
uh,
make sure you tell it it's the 2024 version, not the 2023, because
I,
apparently that's the thing. They're different.
okay.
Oh goodness. Um. Oh, Brandy likes mid. Oh, I love him. I just the Midwest Magic Cleaning. What is his name? I forget his name. His actual name. Because he changes it every day on his videos. Every video, it's like, "Hi, I'm so and so from so and so," and it's hilarious. Y'all got to watch him if you like cleaning videos. Got to watch Midwest Magic Cleaning.
I let Marie
And
watch
look,
them videos.
I'd
he's
rather watch it
got
live at
almost
the
a
house.
million subscribers. Do what?
I'd rather watch it live at the house.
That's why I said let Marie watch them.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's interesting? I was thinking about
Premiere
doing
next
those
week.
vertical. I was thinking about doing vertical video live streams during the day of me cleaning up the house and cleaning the kitchen and going outside and tending to the garden and just doing the things I do every day.
I gotta find
I don't
somebody
know.
to watch to take the garbage out. That's my next thing. uh,
But you
so
know
so
what? 64% of my viewers are not subscribed. So if you are one of those, please hit the subscribe button.
yeah, what do you call it? Now on this chat on the Sunday dinner, I may check on that one.
Mhm. His humor is amazing to me. It's just so dry and bland and deadpan, and I love it.
What's that?
Thank you, Jane. She said, please like, share, and subscribe to Gulf Coast Granny.
That's right. Content.
Can I hit my own like button? I got to do what Jane tells me.
Yeah, you can.
But no, I was thinking about doing one on Sunday, one on Tuesday, and one on Wednesday.
Now see, my the analytics changed on me. Now the audience for the Sunday dinner chef, okay, is 40% mobile, 30% TV, 23% on computer, and 6% on tablet. Okay, and this blows me away. All right, for both channels. All right,
Right.
it is 54% between the ages of 25 and 34. Blows me away. And then male 65% over women 34%. So I think I gotta wear some shark skin suits, with the with the
Definitely.
leotards. Like I said, I told Marie I'm gonna put a potato in my pants. She said, make sure you put it in the front.
Good grief.
Boom.
Get you one of them spandex jumpsuits.
Yeah, exactly. I'll look like an ice cream cone for crying out loud.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna try some different things and see what is it called? Throwing something at the wall and seeing if it sticks.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, see, and you know what? And I like these enablers that you watch on. To get more views, you got to do this. They'll go through a 28-minute video of telling you what
And
you
say
do.
the same thing over and over.
They don't tell you what to do, okay? But try it.
No, they don't.
And make sure you do this and hit that button and try this and change that the whole bit. And it's just to get views. It's clickbait, basically what it is.
It's clickbait, and also it's so you'll buy their course.
Yeah.
And I'm not interested in buying a course on nothing except maybe what's the name of that shoot? People
What?
advertise it all the time. It's the thing you go to where you can learn stuff.
Give
A website you can go to and you can sign up.
solid,
And
Webinar.
what's it?
A
solid,
webinar?
What, dear?
give
Skillshare. That's it. I would be interested in that.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Jane.
Yeah. Because then I could learn more about the technology and not feel like I'm not.
Yeah, but there should be enough free stuff on YouTube without having to pay for a class. I mean, like Adobe. Okay, if you want to learn Photoshop or Premiere or something, you can go to the Adobe website, and they've got all kinds of tutorials running their software. Showing you
Yeah,
how to use their software. And,
but
DaVinci Resolve. You can go to DaVinci Resolve. They've
Yeah.
got all kinds of classes and courses and stuff. You don't have to pay for that stuff.
but
Yeah.
I will tell them that yes, Adobe has free resources, but if you go with that direction and use the Adobe software, it ain't cheap. at all.
No. I don't even use Adobe anymore.
Do you have Microsoft 365?
No, I do not.
Okay, I didn't realize, okay, that I had it. All right. And I just got an email just now, just before I come up with you guys,
Yeah.
that they raised it
Yeah.
from $6.99 a month to $9.99 a month.
Everything's going up, y'all.
That's gone. That's gone. That's
Yeah,
out.
no, I'm hoping that.
Tom, look into LibreOffice.
Yeah,
LIBRE.
Thank you, Jay.
Office. Okay.
That's open source, just like your editing software.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's all open source. It's got Excel clone, Word clone, all that stuff, and I think the files are even interchangeable.
Okay. Let me ask you a question, Grumps, real quick. I don't want to take over Charlotte's show here,
No,
but
it's okay. Go ahead.
I want to back. I would like to back away from Microsoft. Could I? Would I be able to put up Chrome and use Chrome exclusively?
Yeah.
What do you mean you want to get away from
Yeah.
Microsoft? Does that mean you don't want to have Windows anymore,
Well,
or does that mean you don't want to use Edge?
I don't want to use Edge, and I want Windows to be in the background. I'd rather use for all my other platforms to be on Chrome.
I mean,
Well,
if
just load up
you,
Chrome.
yeah,
Stop
just,
using Edge.
just download Chrome, and you could use the complete suite of dot sheets and
Okay.
whatever, because you know you don't have to use Word, PowerPoint, Excel.
All
Nope.
right.
Mm-mm.
And the reason why I'm saying this is because the other night I opened up my laptop. Okay.
Yeah.
Open up the laptop, and all of a sudden, it come up real fast that they somehow or another that they could not log into my Windows. Okay,
Mhm.
they couldn't log into that, and all of a sudden everything went haywire. I couldn't move the mouse, couldn't do anything. Everything stopped.
Mm.
All right, and I finally got it to where I could shut it down. Okay, and fire it back up again, and everything was changed. Everything was off. I
It
had to
must
re.
have done
Oh,
it
that's
must have done an
frustrating.
update.
Yeah.
Windows did an update.
So no. So what happened is they did away with. I can't remember. I don't remember what it said, but they did away with one part of it because they're getting ready to switch everybody over to Windows 11.
Yeah.
Okay. I follow you. Yes,
All right.
they're going to stop supporting 10.
Yeah.
So this was the last update that they did, and they wiped. So in other words, like my screensaver was different.
Yeah.
All my accounts, I had to reload. Go back into it again, the whole bit.
Yeah.
Now did it
Oh.
put 11 on your machine?
I
Are you running 11 now?
no, I put 11 up, okay, and for 2 days I couldn't. My computer wouldn't start,
Oh no.
so I went back to 10.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
To go back to 10.
No, and Tom, if you're looking to, switch OS completely, and
Mm-hmm.
Columbus, I think you know what I'm going with this,
I got an idea.
but you could always load up Linux.
I knew he was going to say that. I don't know if
Yeah.
Tom's ready. I don't know if Tom's ready for Linux.
I mean, I get that, but that's the only option.
Right.
I
That's
see.
the only option he has at this point.
Yeah, because
Linux is more for tinkerers right now.
yeah, no, I understand that, I do, but if he's wanting to get rid of Microsoft, and I know he ain't gonna go for Apple, then you and I both know there's only one option left,
That's right. That's right.
and that's Linux.
Well, I'm running Linux Mint on a laptop that runs 24/7 for the last 4 months, maybe 5.
Yeah, no, I mean,
It's been 2 months since I rebooted it, and that's just because I turned it off because it's getting hot.
yeah.
I just don't like. I don't like the sudden changes being forced into. I mean,
Well,
Right.
everybody feels that way, Tom. I mean, it's just
So I mean, if I could just
totally get
maybe if I
that.
just run strictly switch everything over, because on this computer here, actually Chrome, I can flip on Chrome at any time with it.
Right.
You know what I
I
mean?
Yeah.
really
Same.
like Chrome.
But
Yeah.
I don't use Microsoft Edge.
Yeah, no.
I usually use Firefox. I use
Mm.
Firefox, but EV will only run on Chrome.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why I used Chrome. I'm using Chrome tonight because I'm trying to get used to using it more.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah,
only
that's
thing I use
right.
Edge for is when I'm running loops on display list and stuff
Yeah.
because I've got a VPN set up and I just let it run.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, but
So,
that
John,
threw me. I'm sorry, Charlotte. Go ahead.
no, it's okay. Go ahead.
I said that the other night that threw me for a loop with I just got done, redoing a lot of stuff on my desktop, and and all of a sudden this happened. And what happened was earlier in that afternoon, I had trouble with my desktop because all of a sudden everything froze on it. What the hell? So where I live, we've been having trouble with our connection with our Wi-Fi and
Internet.
stuff. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I figured that might have had something to do with it. But then when I went in, into my other room and fired up my laptop, it was just like bizarre. I said, nah, this is too crazy. So
Well, there is a setting in Windows, Tom, that if you get it if you get your desktop set up just the way you like it, you
mhm.
can go in and make a restore point.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
what
did that
that
already.
does is take a snapshot of what you've got. So if you get in there and file it all up or something else files it up later, you can at least go back to that point
Go back
Yeah.
to that point.
and get
Yeah.
your machine back up and running.
Yeah, that's what I have here. But then a couple days later, as a matter of fact, it was on the news that all of a sudden Windows or Microsoft
Yeah.
switched a few things around, and that it's not the way it was. If people they had a glitch, is what they said,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and a lot of people got hit with it. So
I mean that can happen in Linux also.
Yeah.
I mean you can do one little change and it'll trash
Yeah. No.
25
Good night,
files, right? Right,
Randy. Take
DJ?
care.
Yeah. I mean, Linux like global
Thank you for
stuff.
coming in tonight, dear.
It's definitely more for people willing to make their own changes. But I mean, like I was pointing out, that's the only other option I see because it will have Microsoft be under their umbrella,
Yeah.
have
Mhm.
Apple and be under their umbrella.
Well, I mean
Or
with Apple, they've got everything locked down so tight.
yes, I
You've got
know.
very few options to make things the way you want it. So I mean, if they really got it locked down tight to keep you from hurting yourself.
Yeah, no.
Linux is on the other extreme.
Yeah, I know.
You can change the size of the border around your windows. You can do
Yeah,
all kinds of crazy stuff with it.
yeah, you
But
could do.
with that many options, you can crash it pretty easy. And
Yeah,
Windows is in the middle.
yeah.
Windows Windows is trying to keep you out of the things they don't want you in,
I mean,
Right.
but you can
the
still crash it pretty easy also.
the only other option I see, and I haven't used this. I know some has, but you could also look into a Chromebook and Chrome OS, which that's
that's what Marie has. Marie has her Chromebook as a laptop, and
yeah,
I love mine.
and that's what she has on there.
yeah,
but
It doesn't do
you
everything I need it to, but
you don't have the office suite and all that kind of stuff.
no. I mean, that's where you would have to use like Google Docs more.
Yeah, everything's online in the cloud pretty much.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
right, you two need to stop it.
All right, all right.
Okay,
But hey,
okay.
Tom, you're getting us in trouble.
Yeah.
That's it.
DJ,
So,
DJ's getting all of us in trouble.
so let's talk about brisket.
Let me tell you, I had a, you know, the little handicap cat that we have, the one that had to have her arm amputated,
Tripod?
the older, yeah, tripod. She she will come. She usually stays in Violet's room. That's her cat. Well, Violet's not here, so the door was left open today for some reason. So Tripod's been out here just harassing all the other cats.
Oh.
Well, she was fighting with Ivy in the middle of the kitchen floor, or not kitchen, living room floor. So I had to run her back to her room. I grounded her. She's locked in there and she can't come out.
Tom,
Aggravating little
was you
cuss.
here earlier when I showed Charlotte my new camera? Where I said it's
Yeah.
not a new camera, it's my old camera.
With
But I-
the cat. With your
Yeah,
cat.
yeah.
Yeah.
The smoky cam.
Yeah, smoky cat.
Nice.
That's funny. Funny
I
stuff.
love that. So y'all, guess what I got today?
What?
I got 18 pounds of beef for
Nice.
$8.20.
What?
Huh? Well, I'll tell you what I got. Hang
Nice.
on, let me see my tag here. I
That's
went
funny.
to my local butcher shop for the first time ever, and I got freezer special number 2. All of this is locally raised beef.
Cool.
And hey, Marcel,
Hey, Mom.
and I got 4 boneless ribeyes, 8 pounds of ground beef, 2 pounds of beef roast chuck. I got 2 pounds of stew meat, 2 pounds of beef tips, and 2 pounds of cube steak
Nice.
for $149. I thought that was a little high. It averages out to $8 and something a pound, which is a little too much to pay for ground beef, but a deal for ribeye, you know. So I
Nice.
think it all equals out. But they have a bigger package that's about twice the cost. But I think I'm gonna try that one next time. But I have enough meat in my freezer right now. I defrosted my freezer this weekend. Well, I think it was either Thursday or Friday. And now I can actually fit things in there. It was getting really bad, y'all. I mean, the ice was thick. And so I just stuffed everything in a cooler. I went through, I cleaned out all the old stuff that I really didn't know what it was, or it'd been in there too long and all that. And now I've got probably enough meat in that freezer to last a month.
That's
And
great.
that makes me feel good. That makes
Yep.
I
Great.
love that.
That's how I shop. That's exactly what I do. I'll
I
go
do too.
and I'll get a whole cloud of chuck. The price is right, but not too crazy.
Yeah.
Stock up on chicken. I got what is it, 11 chicken legs in a pack. I think it was 11 or 12, and it was $2.99.
A pound?
Okay.
$2.99 for
For
all
the
of
whole
them.
pack.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it was
Wow.
99 cents or something
They
like
got
that.
it 99 cents a pound here like that. The
Yeah,
family
so
pack.
I'll buy a couple of them, stock up on them.
Yeah.
Chicken wings I don't buy anymore because I'll take the thigh, bone in, skin on, and I'll cut them up like they're chicken wings.
Yeah.
Sure.
Cook them
Yeah.
up, taste better. But the moral of the
Well,
story
and
is,
it's more meat.
huh?
It's bigger. It's more meat.
Oh yeah, exactly.
You know.
Yeah. So Marie, we have this mutual. His name is Burpee Yoga Uncle. Okay, Oriental guy.
Uh-huh.
He's from Hawaii, I believe. He's from Hawaii, and he does these 50-something, almost 60, and he does all these exercises and stuff like that. Okay, so we go back and forth. He's a ball breaker. That's why I like the guy. So we go back and forth with stuff, and he's with me and Marie, on her channel, my channel. And he said, tell your husband, Albertsons or Vons, okay? They have ribeye steaks on sale right now for $6.99 a pound,
Ooh.
and he's in California. So I said, hold on a minute there. Up I went, and I tell you what, they were really nice. Really, some were bone in, some weren't. But
Well,
hell yeah.
they closed my Winn-Dixie, where I used to get all my good meat deals for beef. I mean, I was doing the same thing, getting ribeyes for $5.99, $6.99 a pound, depending on what week the sale was. And now that's gone. They're turning it into an Aldi, and I'm a little resentful, to be honest with you.
Well, you know
Screw
what
you,
though.
Aldi.
You know what? All these ain't bad. Okay. Trader Joe is, but they're both brothers, two brothers that own them.
I was going to say, yeah, I thought it was a family
But they're
affiliation.
from Germany. They're right out of Germany, and they got some good stuff. And their policy is, I mean, I go to Trader Joe's because I get the olive oil there. They got some really good cheeses and stuff like that. And that's why I go, place like that. So,
Okay.
but all these, when we were in Florida, they're just putting one up out here now. But in Florida, I would go there, and they would have limited stuff. Okay, they didn't sell all the type of meats, only what they thought was there to put out. Okay.
Yeah, no, they don't.
So basically, if you want something at Aldi, you're at the mercy of whatever meats they have that day.
Yeah.
Bingo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they don't have much of a selection. At least the ones here.
No, the one I've been to down here is like sparse. I mean, there's really only a few aisles and a few cars on the sides. So, I mean, it's spacious for a wheelchair, but not.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not like a popular, say, Walmart, Target, or whatever, or Whole Foods.
right.
Well, all these around here are just glorified, roadside markets.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's what I said. The meats are limited.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in shopping with Aldi at all. Because,
even the canned goods are limited.
Yeah.
Uh,
But they got rows and rows and rows and rows of chips, nuts and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So I don't frequent it. Yeah. But I go to Trader Joe's because they got a real good price on the olive oil. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Most places you go to, all they really sell is extra virgin olive oil. Now I don't use that for cooking. I use regular olive oil for cooking. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I like the one that they have that I get there all the time. But they do have different options as far as vinegars and stuff like that. And they have olives, okay, like the Katamala olives and stuff. Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a nice, I don't know how many ounces it is, but it's like $1.99, $2.99 for that. You know what I mean? So you can get, 5 or 6 jars of that stuff, and all different kinds of stuff like that. So but as far as meats and stuff like that, I don't buy nothing from there. As far as meats are concerned.
Yeah. Now I will probably say the biggest downfall of olives.
Yeah.
Well, is paying for the 25-cent card.
Quarter for the cart.
The quarter for the cart, that's the biggest downfall?
I mean, that's not a bad deal. I got 4 of them at the house, only cost me $1.
Yeah, well, imagine if you didn't carry any cards on you.
Well, and a lot of people don't carry change anymore. That is true.
Yeah.
I've always got change, but
well, Costco was the one that started that.
Really?
Costco, yeah, and Sam's, and then finally they did away with it. So.
Yeah.
Did you see what Jane Doe said, Grumpus? I've been watching
Yeah.
live of eagles in their nest. Now I can watch a day in the life of Smokey.
I can make
Uh,
I can make a long story short. This is what she does all day. That is the day.
nice. Yeah.
So my next door neighbor, okay, older woman and her daughter, okay,
Mm.
and I believe that she throws seeds or whatever out for the pigeons early in the morning. Okay.
Okay.
Now I got pigeons coming on my balcony.
Oh
Okay.
no.
And I made a statement loud enough that everybody heard. I said, Marie, get the pot ready. We're gonna have pigeon tonight.
What?
Gonna have squab tonight.
Isn't that, don't they call that squab?
Yeah, squab. And one come walking past me as I'm out there. One come walking past me. I said, "You're going to be a feature, Sunday dinner chef. You'll be nice lemon butter sauce with you, you rat bastard."
Oh my goodness.
So what I did was, I don't want to poison him or anything like that. That's not, I don't want to
Well,
be doing.
no. Yeah.
So I I go on Amazon and I bought owls,
Oh yeah, yeah.
See if that
food
works.
owls. Okay, but you can you can get the the solid ones and just stick them up there. Well, I got the ones that look like they're flying. Okay, and they got
Okay.
some face. They got some face on them. Look really mad. I put them up, one on either side. The next morning, I go out and look, waiting, and here they come. Didn't phase them one iota. Not one iota. So the other day, we're laughing about it. So the other day, I'm on a computer and I had the door open. I could see Mary go out the sliding door.
Yeah.
And I was like mesmerized. I said, "You just did not do what I just think you did." She went outside, was going, "Whoo! Whoo!"
Now that made it worth it, didn't it?
Yeah. I said, "Son of a bitch."
So did she run them off?
No. We laughed like hell.
Oh, I just wondered if it worked.
No, we laughed like hell. So now with them, with them buzzing around, I have a flat board. So on the top of my smoker, I built a piece of wood that I can keep my burners up on there and stuff. I can cook on that. So I got with the
Right.
flat board and I smacked the wood, and bam, and then they take off. So today I didn't see any.
Oh. Okay.
And I didn't see it. Didn't see a one.
Well, they have that stuff you can put around your railing. Looks like spikes.
Yeah,
Keep
yeah.
it from laying. We used to put those up on the buildings to keep the pigeons off the buildings.
They go over to her side. Okay, and we got like an alleyway between the two of them.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? It's sunk back, but they'll go there and then they start walking up my way. But the other day I seen one jump through my balcony and jump out the other way like that. I told Maria, I says, "You know what? I'm buying camo. Buying camo.
Well-
I'm going to sit out there."
I'm gonna put a pigeon blind up in the living room.
Yeah.
The only problem I can foresee with that is them crapping all over your patio.
Well,
And
there
that
again,
would irritate the mess out of me.
Yeah.
there again, on the sidewalk where they hang out, people can't walk there because it is a pile of, and it rained like hell the
Slicker
other night.
nail shit, isn't it?
Yeah, so it all washed away now. So we're just, and I'm
No, that's
I'm
not-
not the guy to go call the office. There's pigeons everywhere, and
Yeah, you don't want to be Karen,
yeah,
you
exactly.
know.
So
But also, you don't want the pigeons defecating all over your patio and your car and your whatever, you know.
Well, I mean, they got health concerns with that.
yeah,
That's
Yeah.
true.
bird flu.
That too. That too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know birds.
Don't want to catch pigeon toe.
Oh, you're on a roll tonight, pal. You are on a roll. Pigeon toe.
Oh my goodness. That was
That's funny.
good.
Funny stuff.
Yeah.
Funny stuff. So you getting ready
But
for the
yeah, I
rodeo?
need to. Go ahead. I'm sorry, dear.
No, okay.
No, I was going to say that I'm on a quest now to find a new place to buy groceries.
Hmm.
And I don't like. I mean, Walmart's fine for some things, um, like canned foods or
Right.
some vegetables.
I never
I
buy
will
meat
get
there.
there. But I'm not going to buy my meat from Walmart. And my daughter, number two daughter, she likes to go to Sam's Club to buy her meat.
You
I said, well, it's the
crazy.
same thing at Walmart.
Yeah,
And she
Yeah.
pretty
said,
much.
no. She
Are
said
owned
the
by the
meat
same people.
there.
Now Costco has
She
pretty
thinks,
good meat.
well, and I've heard that too. And the closest one to us is Mobile.
Yeah.
So that's an hour and
They're
15 minutes away.
they're very expensive. They're if you go to Costco and you see brisket for $149, okay, and then you
Yeah.
go to the place I go to and it's $80. That's a big difference. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, it is. So do you go to the restaurant supply place
yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever you call that?
There's a place here in Winco that I go, but Winco is constantly busy. So they have the way it's set up, a big produce section,
Mm-hmm.
and as you walk in, they have like all the stuff that you want to get that you were going there to get right as you walk in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And they have the frozen
Mm-hmm.
section. They have right there all small stuff, and then you walk around and they got a produce section that goes on and on and on. The dairy section, you can actually get lost in there for a day
Oh,
if you don't know your
wow.
way around. Yeah, and then the meat
Yeah,
section's good, but the meat prices are still high.
Well, Tom,
Yeah.
right.
to follow up on you with Costco, I don't buy briskets there because they have huge briskets.
Yeah,
Uh, the price per pound is comparable, but I can't find the size briskets I normally get at HEB.
right.
Oh,
So,
I see.
I prefer them around. Well, if I can find around 12 pounds, something like that, 12,
Mhm.
14 pounds, that's good. But last time I was at Costco, their briskets was 18 and 20 pounds.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
my
yeah,
goodness. That's a
like
lot.
Tom said, that's hundreds of dollars for a brisket, and I can't
But
eat that much brisket.
yeah, but see, in the
Right.
same, but I get what you're saying, but their price compared to the same size, like you said, 18, 20 pounds.
Yeah.
I go to the restaurant supply place, and 18, 20 pounds is like half the price
So it's
of what
cheaper per pound.
yeah
Okay.
of what
Yeah.
Costco is doing. But I got to tell you, also, I stopped going to Costco because um, I had the premium, the card, you go in and you get there was no advantage to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I get there an hour earlier than everybody else before they open and go in.
Oh, yeah.
But that didn't really do nothing for me. But you were at their mercy as far as what they were buying and what they were putting out, rather than
Right.
going for regular items. Okay, so I don't need a 6-pack of deodorant. You know,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And there's no way to break it up and this and that. So, I don't know.
Well, I,
Well,
don't, I mean,
I
that's
want to answer Marcel's question. She said, do you have any meat markets around you? I just went to one today, Marcel, and I liked it. I haven't eaten the meat yet. We'll have some tomorrow probably. But my daughter says it's fantastic. She's been buying from them for quite a long time. But I don't mind paying for good quality meat,
right.
but I love me a good sale, and I need to find a place that's going to give me some great meat sales.
Right.
I mean,
Like,
finding a good butcher is like finding a good doctor.
Yeah.
You find
Yeah.
a good butcher and he's local. I mean, I don't mind supporting them, even if it costs a
No,
little bit more. You get better
right,
quality stuff.
Yeah,
exactly.
it's a shame. There's two right here where I live, real close to where I live. They just went out of business because they just couldn't
Mm,
compete. I guess
Yeah.
with everything.
right.
So what I was saying before with that Winco, like you were saying, Grumpus, for 18, 20 pound brisket, we'll use
Yeah.
that.
That's a huge brisket.
I go to Winco, but then they'll have a flat, okay, for 12,
Okay.
you know, a 12 pounder or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But it's already pre-cut and stuff like that. But there again, it's like $6 or $7 a pound also.
Mhm.
So, but they got good stuff there. I mean, I get shrimp there. I'll get 5 pounds of U15 shrimp for $24 frozen,
What's a U15?
and it's 15 shrimp or under per pound.
Okay.
That's what
Okay.
the when you
That
when you
makes
see 2145s or stuff like
Mhm.
that. That's how many per pound is in it. So it's all mixed up. But that was a good deal.
Okay.
You know,
So the
uh,
smaller the number, the bigger the shrimp.
yeah, and that's the only place I've seen that carries full filet mignon. Okay, a little smaller, okay, than a normal one.
Yeah.
But the place I go to from all my meats, a half of one is $60. So I can get a whole
Yeah.
one from there, for $60. That's a good deal. That's not a
Yeah.
bad price. But they got you coming and going no matter how you get it. Chicken is the thing, and the eggs. Eggs, I mean,
Do you
I
know
stopped.
what?
I stopped
Because my
eating eggs.
chickens are not laying right now, I just paid $9 for 18 eggs today.
hmm
Mm.
Eggs with chicken. I hope.
I, s- I seen a thing today. I cracked up laughing for Valentine's Day. Guy was going to propose
Yeah.
to his girlfriend, and he got on his knees and he had the box and he opened up the box. Instead of a ring, it was an egg.
Yeah.
Uh, too funny. Too funny.
I'll buy my chicken from Walmart if I have to. I don't mind getting the Smithfield. I buy the turkey. They call it turkey tenderloin, but it's just it looks like your prepackaged Smithfield beef pork tenderloins, the little
hmm
ones,
Yeah.
but it's turkey and it's breast, and we really like those here.
Yeah.
So I'll buy those two things. I will buy chicken and pork. I will buy at Walmart.
Yeah.
I don't like to buy beef at Walmart at
Mhm.
all. Oh
They're,
goodness.
they're
Do I have
all
the pronounce-
they're,
Oh, I'll check, Joe.
they're
Sorry.
all invincible, so they
Tom,
don't.
Tom, do you know who Grill Sergeant is?
Yeah.
Andrew.
Yeah.
He posted on Instagram today that you have to be aware of Valentine's Day scams on the internet. Said he bought the wife jewelry and they sent a smoker.
Yeah. I seen that. I seen that. I laughed like hell.
I did. I about fell out of my chair.
I
said,
think
"That's
I'd
funny
rather
right
have
there."
a smoker anyway. I've got to. I need to get someone to fix my chicken house so I can get some girls. Well, that's not hard to do.
Thursday
Fix
was
me
our
a chicken house.
anniversary. Thursday was our anniversary.
I'm going to build a chicken house.
Oh yeah, happy
Yeah.
anniversary,
Get some
Tom.
girls.
Yeah.
And then Friday was, naturally was Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Right.
So I told Marie, I says, I had to go pick my grandson up at work. He works at McDonald's.
Right.
So I said to her, come on, take a ride with me. She gets in the car. She could care less one way or the other about the anniversary, about the holiday, and all that stuff. So we get in the car and we drive, and it's like 6 o'clock. He gets off work at 7. So I said to her, come on in, sit down. Let's get something. Okay. Now I'm not supposed to be eating that junk. You know what I mean? but we had they have a bacon cheeseburger and stuff and French fries.
Uh-huh.
And I told her, Happy Valentine's Day, sweetie. She said, you're an a-hole, you know that?
Well, I mean, my wife's birthday is today, so
Oh.
I had to go through the Valentine's thing yesterday and her birthday today, and I guarantee you, I'll still be in trouble by tomorrow.
Yeah, no matter how
Yeah.
you add it up. That's funny. Well, when we got married by the mayor of the town. We had it set up. It was supposed to be on Valentine's Day, okay? But stuff was going on. They were booked up. They couldn't do it, so they said, 13th, February 13th. I said, okay, but it was a Friday. So we actually got married on a Friday the 13th. Okay. Three days before we got married, the mayor got indicted.
So is it legal?
So they had a stand-in. They had a stand-in mayor come in. Okay, it was a woman. She was nervous. We got all done with the ceremony, and instead of "you may kiss the bride," Marie shakes my hand. I said, "What the hell? Do you know something I
Marie
don't?"
shook your hand?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Funny
She's
as hell.
like, we don't need to do that all public displays.
Yeah.
I'll
I said,
shake
"What the
your
hell are you
hand."
Amish?" I said, "What are you Amish?" I'm crying out loud.
That's great. Come on.
Well,
I'm trying to find out something for Jackie, and I need to just pay attention to what I'm doing over here, don't I?
Yeah.
She asked me if I had a certain kind of yarn, and I'm trying to find out the name of it. Now I can't find the whole stinking thing of yarn. So, Jackie, if you're watching, the brown one I used last night is the baby Bernat, but the one I have for doing Tanner is not the baby Bernat. It's the regular. So there's answered that question.
Nice.
I'm sorry, I was
Yeah.
trying to find it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we got you.
Oh, I just read hang on, do you have the Bernat velvet? Okay. I just read the baby is 4. Okay, great. She's got the answer she needs. Wonderful.
Okay, cool.
Oh, y'all. Life's changing a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't quite have my finger on the pulse of what's going on, but it's changing. And I don't. It's a strange feeling for me. I know I'm getting a little
Like
bit deep.
what?
I need to shut up. Well,
Like
it
what?
just feels like entering a different phase, or
Wait, it gets better. It gets better, believe me.
changing. Maybe it's because Violet's growing up, and now Murphy will be next, and then it'll look like an entirely different landscape around here.
Yeah.
It's called
I think that's
freedom. You're feeling
it is.
freedom.
It is. And look, there are so many ways that I'm looking forward to that. So many ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, you get the freedom, which is great, okay? But somehow or another they come back, okay? And now at our age right now I'm dealing with the grandsons, okay?
You got to
Right.
stop feeding them.
Yeah, and now it's getting harder and harder for me to move them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I told Marie, I said, with the pigeons, with the owls, I'm going to put one at the front door. Maybe I'll keep the kids and everybody away.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, and for the most part, I do want them to, like my oldest daughter, I don't care if I don't see her, but maybe once every 2 or 3 weeks. It don't hurt my feelings.
That's okay.
Yeah.
And same with the grandkids. If I see them every 2 or 3 weeks, that's great.
Nice.
That's good for them. But the thought of not seeing them that often is a little scary, because I would really like to see them that often.
Yeah.
So there's that too.
Well, here's how I handled that, okay? I go through weeks sometimes not hearing from my daughter, okay? Don't hear nothing, just don't hear nothing. And sometimes it tweaks me a little bit to the point where, son of a bitch, what? Geez, how come? Blah, blah, blah. And then I say,
Right.
I step out of the circle and I reflect back. There was times I didn't call my parents for weeks.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Right.
There was, you know what I mean? So what goes around comes around. So you know what I do like this? Live your life. Live your life. Don't worry about what I'm doing or if I need this, if I need that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I talk to my mom maybe every month, maybe 2.
Yeah. I said, if you need to find me on a Friday or Saturday night, I'll be at the crap table at the M, or,
Uh,
you know, at the one-armed bandits and this and that. So yeah, relax.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we turn things around a little bit. We keep busy. Me and Marie really keep busy. Um,
Yeah.
and but in the same token, though, we look out for one another. That's what we looked for years. Okay,
Hmm.
and it was always
Uh,
some kind of obstacle here and there. Right.
yeah.
So I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
here we are. You know.
I'm gonna head out, but before I do, so have you read any
I have read some. I have not finished it though, and I
uh,
apologize for that. Um,
okay,
but I would let. I'm gonna send you the feedback when I'm finished. Okay.
cool. For those who don't know or who aren't aware, I am currently writing a book. I'm writing a series of books. I'm I got the first draft done. If you would like to take a look at it, send me an email. And
Don't you be
so,
giving away your book for free. Not
um,
good business practice.
oh, trust me, I probably only sell it, but for now, I just want to get as
I
much
understand.
feedback as
So
I
who you
Well,
got in
and you
mind?
need to get eyeballs on it too.
Who,
yeah.
who you got in mind to play me in the movie?
Ah, no.
Mickey Rooney.
No, it's not that type of book. No.
Hey DJ, I'll have Marie reach out to you because she is a bookworm. She probably
That's right.
reads
And she's a
two.
writer.
She reads probably 2 to 3 books a week.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
Yeah.
just have to message me on Facebook and I will get it to
Okay. And here's what I want you to read.
him. Go do the discipline. Bye, guys.
All right,
Good
we'll
kid,
see you,
Bye,
DJ.
DJ.
DJ. Take
Have a
Good
good
care.
night,
meeting you.
brother.
You too.
I love DJ. He's a good kid. Good kid. He's a grown man for crying out loud.
Well, he's up. You know, he's 30 years old now.
Yeah.
Maybe we should stop calling him a kid.
Yeah. I think so.
Anybody younger than
I'm
me is a kid.
spitballing here. Spitballing.
My grandson says he's 22. He says, "Pop, grown man." I said, "Okay, if you're a grown man, give me that 100 I gave you back a couple years ago."
Right?
He
Where's
said,
that
"Nah."
Hundo?
He said, "Nah, I still need training wheels, Pop."
Oh my goodness. Um, that's one thing about Violet that I really don't have to do. I do not have to supplement her financially yet.
Yeah. No, I was
She
just
buys her
teasing
own
him. I wouldn't. I
clothes.
wouldn't.
She
The
buy
younger
she buys her
guy,
clothes. Yeah.
he's into music. Okay, he's into all
Mhm.
this techno stuff. He just made a couple
Mhm.
$100 the other day selling
Really?
selling music. I mean, it's like
Nice.
crazy. Yeah,
Nice.
Good
unbelievable.
for him. Um, yeah, she buys her own clothes, her own food. If she wants to go out to eat, she pays for her gas, her car maintenance. Um, she hasn't asked me for money in over a year.
Great.
Yeah, that's
Great.
great.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
at least that part. And not on, I'm teaching her how to budget. She puts 20% of her paychecks in her savings account. She puts $100 a week into her college fund, and she auto brightness box unchecked. See, I'm having a problem with that, Jane. I don't know where is auto brightness. I don't know where that is. So do I
Maybe
Okay.
if you go to settings.
Oh, I've been in settings. Believe me, I have harassed the crap out of settings the past 3 days. Look, you know what I wish I could do is have all of my devices equally charged at the same time. Instead of my phone right now is at 100%, but my computer's at like 12 or 0, maybe. I don't know. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put um, Moto Edge Auto Brightness
Hello,
Box.
hello,
AUT.
Moto.
I love my Hello Moto.
Hey, Grumpus, that
Uh,
woman I had on the other day on my podcast,
Yeah, I watched that.
she was phenomenal.
She she was you with longer hair.
Yeah,
I
and the
had to look
nurse
over a couple times. I couldn't tell which one of you was speaking.
and the nurse, she's a, what do you call the LPN, I think. Yeah, she calls him like it is. When I first ran into her, I said, "Holy, that's me." She talks just like me.
Exactly. Exactly.
She said she fired a doctor. I said, "Rick," and I texted her that night. I need for you to come on the podcast with me. I said, "This is that's pretty cool." That what am I doing here?
Did we lose
okay.
Charlotte? There we
No.
go.
No. Am I still here?
Yeah, you're still
Oh,
there.
yeah. Okay. Well, I just set the adaptive brightness on.
Mm-mm.
So I
Still
think you're
doing
It's
it.
going to
still
need it
doing
off.
it.
You're going to need it off because that just dims your phone. If you go into a dark area, it just dims the display.
Yeah, and that eats up
Oh,
battery time.
Yeah, that's not part
well,
of the
and
camera.
it's aggravating me too because, oh, there we go. Okay. Well, it's not. Is it doing the thing?
Yep.
Yep, still
It
doing
is?
it.
Or is it
Yeah.
the shadow? Oh, I see it. Shh. Shh.
I'm going to put that on my to-do list this week. I'm going to find out how to fix that.
Well, thank you, Grumpus. I would certainly appreciate it
Because I would
because
hate,
I have no
I
clue.
couldn't stand thinking a phone was smarter than me.
I know, right? And that's how I feel right now.
And that's
And I
why I
know it
carry
probably
quarters.
is. It looks like I have a candle flame. See, it's trying to autofocus or something. Freaking frustrating. I've been
It
trying to
is.
fix it for over a week.
I'm gonna don't laugh too hard, please. Okay. The other
If I do,
day,
I'll pee my pants.
I'm editing a video. All right,
Mhm.
and I'm maneuvering things around, and I got putting this up, putting that up. Okay, get to the end. All right, take the headphones off. Hit play. No audio.
No.
Son of a, I'm yelling and I'm screaming, and Marie starts pacing out in front of the thing. You know, she'll hand me in a thing of water. All you see is the hand and the water come in, and she don't want to come in. Well, what a stu-nut I was! I shut the volume off on my speakers, and then I was like this, dumbass, just flat out dumb. What kind of phone do you have? It's a Motorola.
Yeah, Edge.
Do you have HDR turned on
Oh,
in your camera settings?
oh no.
You got auto HDR. You could try changing that, see if it helps.
Okay, where's-
Whoa, now you're upside down.
Okay, y'all can't hear me when I try to check it out. So I'm gonna write that down.
It's in the excuse me,
Charlotte, I just
camera
asked.
codes.
Uh-huh.
I just asked. What do you call it, Google? And it said if your
Yeah.
Motorola Edge lights keep flickering or going in and out, it's likely due to an issue with ambient display or edge lights.
Oh.
Edge lights feature, which could be triggered by faulty settings.
But it doesn't tell you what the right settings are, right?
No,
Uh,
I'm looking. Let me
Edge
look.
light.
Edge light problems.
You know what? I might just go ahead and go down to the store and buy me the Motorola G stylus to use for cameras and use this one for my everyday BS.
You might need to just take that camera down to the store and tell them to turn that thing off.
Fix it.
Well, yeah,
They
I could
fix
do
it.
that.
Maybe they'll just give you a new phone because that one's faulty.
Maybe.
I mean, you just got it, still under warranty. I'd take it down and say, show me how to make this stop doing this.
Right.
If they can't figure it
Right.
out,
I
tell them
will.
to just switch it out.
I'll have Poppy take me over there tomorrow. So I should look at auto HDR, ambient display, and edge lighting. See,
Yeah.
because this thing has this edge notification around it, but I'm not using it because I have a phone case on it. So I don't need it. I mean,
Okay.
I didn't buy it for that. So, yeah.
The guy that they hooked me up with right now for Motorola is Motorola
Yeah.
Tom. I can have him. It's a mom sitting over here.
You should say, well, I'm Keto Tom. So,
Yeah. Edge light problem is
back,
what
Terry.
it is.
hmm
It's a 30 Fusion.
Well, what'd you find out, Terry?
I think it's a 50 Fusion if you want to, if
50?
you're talking about, yeah, I think it's 50. But that's a foreign, that is the one they sell overseas. The ones in the US don't have those number designations.
Okay.
It just has the year designation. Sorry.
We'll see.
See, if I hadn't have done my research, I would not know that.
I was
And I
impressed.
did. I
Yeah.
researched this phone something fierce before I bought it. Like for almost a week straight, I was on the, Googling everything, listening to reviews, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
And it does have a great picture on it once it stops doing this thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
He tore
So
another tendon.
what's the other view you got here?
What do you mean? Oh, that's the back of the phone.
Oh.
I took a play from Grumpus's book. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Imagine
Now
that
it's
I have a
messed up.
laptop and I lifted it up high and set it on this bowl so that the phone camera would be about even to where the Google camera is when I have my webcam on.
Oh, for
So
your yarn stuff.
yeah, well,
Oh.
so that way when I'm looking at us on the screen,
Mm-hmm.
I can still look in the lens of the camera and
Oh,
not
okay.
look like I'm doing this,
I got you.
I'm just trying some new things.
Hey, I mean, it's a great look. It looks like you're looking directly at us most of the time.
Good. That's what I wanted because I know it drives me crazy when I am watching a video and instead of them looking at me, they're looking over here and they're talking to me like I'm there, but they're not looking at me.
That's me most of the time.
It drives me nuts when I see that. Terry, what are they going to do for that torn tendon? How did you do that? Good Lord, your wife breaks her wrist today. You tear a tendon today.
I want to know where he went because he left, got that thing taken care of, and they came back during this.
I know,
during one
within
live
30
stream.
or 40 minutes.
I would have been there an hour before they asked my name.
I know, right?
Charlotte?
Yes,
Excuse
dear.
me. Your phone automatically adjusts your screen to the light around you with adaptive brightness.
I turned it off.
And you did turn it off. Okay. It says here
Did.
the feature is on. You can still fine tune the brightness in quick settings. Okay. To this feature, turn it off. Go to settings and display.
Oh,
And then they tell you, then touch pi. I'm just saying that would be my luck. What the hell is pi?
Will, Jane, I'm sorry.
Well,
Yeah,
I
that's
think
okay. You know what? I'm taking it back to the store tomorrow, and I'm going to say, hey, fix this.
I think
Make
that's
it
your best
stop.
bet.
Yeah.
Your best bet
Make
right there.
it stop.
And if they
And
can't
if
figure
not,
it out, you want another one.
Yeah.
yeah,
They
exactly.
can't. Yep. That's what I do.
I don't remember when I bought it. I think they only have a 14-day return policy, but I'm not trying to return it. I'm trying to exchange it.
Throw it in some soup and call them.
Oh.
That's how I do things. Whoops. And see, that's what I'm doing right now with the camera. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm researching and researching and researching and researching. I mean, it's driving me insane.
Right.
All I'm trying to do is I'm trying to fix me coming in and using this to voiceover. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, editing, and I turned off because I have the headphones on, listening to everything, trying to get the music right, all that kind of stuff, blah blah blah. And I turned the volume down. Okay. Now, if I had the camera with a lavalier mic, whatever, I'm thinking that's going to go. Marie says, "What happens if you have a problem with the mic on your lavalier mic? See how you start shit. See how you start poop."
Oh, you were the only one, so you got right in. They're
Well,
in Iowa. That's the thing. There's no population in Iowa. What, like 14 people live there? I mean,
Maybe.
it's like Wyoming. It's not even a real place.
oh, it's
So,
real.
yeah.
It's real because what happened? You wind up with a flat on the side of the road. You won't see nobody for days, and
See anybody?
yeah, and then a rancher come up and say, "You're on my property."
Every wrecker in Iowa will show up. All three of them.
Yeah,
All three of them.
it's amazing. It is amazing.
Oh my goodness. Maybe
Well, I tell you
day
one
I'll
thing,
get-
Terry. I wouldn't want your luck. That's for sure.
Well, he
I
has
know,
some pretty
right?
bad luck, doesn't he?
Good God Almighty. Your HMO must love you.
Well, mine's giving me a fit. It's not HMO, it's uh, retired military insurance, but um, they're not wanting to cover Violet's medication. And now they decided they didn't want to cover Wesley's migraine medication. So he had to resubmit some kind of thing through the VA. And now the VA is going to cover his migraine medication, which is great. But he had to get this weird approval thing. And bleh.
So with your daughter's age, how long will that work for her? Is she already outgrown it as far as covering children?
She can be on it till she's 26.
Okay.
But once she turns, I think 23, she has to start paying for it.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay.
The reason she doesn't have to pay for it now is that she's a full-time student. So
Marcel,
as
no,
long
I'm
as they're a
not.
full-time student, up to 23, it's free.
Marcel,
But it's
no, I'm not.
$300 a month. I'm sorry.
ahead,
Go
I'm
ahead,
sorry.
Tom.
No, I was just trying to answer. No, finish your.
Oh, I
finish
was
what
going to
you're
say, after 23, it's $300 a month for her,
Okay.
which isn't bad, really.
No, not really.
But the
I mean,
copay is kind of.
if she worked at a big company, they'd pull that much out of her check to cover it anyway.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. My son-in-law pays about $800 a month for insurance.
Yeah, that's nuts.
But that's covering the whole family too. But it's $800 a month.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Marcel,
Tom.
no, I
I'm
don't because of we had issues with payment with Newsbreak. Unbelievable. I had almost close to $2,000 for them. Okay, that they owed me, and all of a sudden they switched canoes in the middle of the lake. So
Oh,
I
So
got out of it.
they stiffed you on your pay?
Oh yeah, yeah. They went with another. Venue to pay you. In other words, like a PayPal account or something like that.
All right.
yeah.
And they blamed the new payee. They blamed them for switching it. Okay, so in other words, you had to have so many things and so
Yeah.
many views and all this stuff like that. I mean,
Mhm.
it was constantly going up. The money was constantly going up until right in December, just before the first of the year. Okay, and then they turned around and said, "No, you're not getting a check because blah 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 X, Y, and Z. You don't have enough uh, subscribers. You don't have enough this and that." So what are you talking about?
Yeah.
We went back and forth, and then I lost my mind with it. So I deleted everything from everything I ever did
Right.
with Newsbrave.
So they wouldn't grandfather you in,
No,
even though they changed the rules.
yeah. After the fact, they did. They sent me an email this is like a year ago, and at this time of the
Mhm.
month they sent me a thing that they're going to renegotiate stuff like that, but you'll get this. I said, no, shove it up your butt. I don't want no part of you. So that's how I ended with them.
Yeah.
Speaking of insurances, okay, so I paid my car off. Okay,
Yeah.
usually I don't pay a car off because normally I just go back and trade it and get another one. Okay,
Congratulations,
just-
by the way, for paying the car off.
Yeah.
just get it all done. So this year I told Marie I'm done. Okay, it's a 2019 and I just turned 19,000 miles on it. All right,
My goodness.
I don't go nowhere with it. So to the store and back, and that's it. All right. Cancel. No, full liability the whole bit. So I called the insurance company. I said, "Listen,"
Yeah.
I says, "I don't want to. I don't want carry full coverage. This and that, because it's going up and up
Right.
and up. Every couple months they were raising it up and up." I said, "So I just want the
Yeah.
minimum what the state requires, general liability, okay,
Yeah.
and that stuff like that. How much?" I I had to sit back in a seat. I'm like, what?
Mm-mm-mm.
General liability was more than what I'm paying for full coverage. Figure that one out.
Wow.
Figure that one out. Okay.
You should shop around and go to some different insurance companies and
Charlotte, I did, and the car I have, okay, and here's what they tell you, okay, where you live, your proximity to the border, okay, is
which border?
the Mexican border. Okay, I'm only, maybe I don't know, 10, 15 hours away from the border crossing.
Aren't you an entire Arizona away from the border?
No, I'm lower than that. I'm like New Mexico away. We're not that far from the border whatsoever. So here's the spiel they give you. See, you can tell they're reading off a card now. Well, being your proximity to the Mexican border, your car
Right.
is like the number one. One that and a Hyundai. I have a Kia. Is the number one cars that are hot to be stolen.
What?
I said, okay, hold on a minute. What does that have to do with me getting general liability? If I have general liability, you're not going to replace my car.
Right. Right.
Okay? So what are you talking about?
Right.
And they gave me a song to dance. So I went to every insurance company, all the big ones, every one of
Right.
them. I had one that was going to sign me up and then text me back probably about 2 hours later, said we can't cover your car. All right?
Well,
So now my questions are to everybody is, why? Here's where I start.
doing the
So
ballistic.
my insurance company I have now, like I said, is probably $60 cheaper than what they want for general liability. So I told Maria, I said, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? If they want to be that stupid, if it goes back up again, then we'll go from there. But here's how they get you: advertisement. When you first go onto it, you got to fill out all this bull crap on there, and then $49 a month general liability car insurance, blah blah blah. Okay, suck you in. Then they get all your information, okay, and then nope, we can't cover you. Or I had one guy tell me $312. I said
month?
a month. I said to the guy on the phone, I want to be in your business because you know what? You don't need a gun.
No kidding, to wrong people. Right, right.
You don't need a gun. So it's completely crazy, completely nuts. Unbelievable.
It is not. Jeez. Good grief.
Well, I've been trying to shop around for homeowners insurance, and I can't get anybody to even give me a quote.
Mm-hmm.
I've had the same insurance company for 40 years.
Yeah.
Keep going up, keep going up, keep going up. I keep getting mailings from everybody. It's half of what I'm paying now. But when you call them, they're not taking any new customers.
They're not writing policies.
They're not writing policies.
I got
Wow.
a good friend of mine who still lives in Florida. Okay, we were neighbors, and he just told me a week ago that they're thinking about moving. Okay, because the proximity to the Gulf of Mexico, or whatever they call it, and he cannot get
Gulf
insurance.
Of
Yeah, the Gulf of I call it the Gulf of Quito.
The Gulf of Rougarou.
He cannot get insurance. Okay, and here's what they're doing down there now. Okay, they're making you sign waivers that you're responsible for your house. If you cannot replace it, you forfeit your property. Hear that one?
Say that again.
He's the insurance companies. If you're not self-insured, okay, and if you cannot afford at market price to replace your building, okay, you could be you are susceptible to forfeiture
of your property. Well,
okay, that's what it got. That's what it came down to.
I guess if the mortgage included the property,
well,
like my daughter, she's got a piece of property that's paid for, but she wants to build a house on it. Okay, I would definitely not sign that waiver because that's my property. But in the event that you go out and you buy a home and everything's included in the mortgage, but then again, I don't know if you can build a house on a piece of property and not have everything included in the mortgage. It's real estate.
Yeah.
Houses are not separate from the property. So I'm trying to flesh this out.
Well, houses are just property improvement.
Right.
And that's the way they look at it.
Right.
Okay, then.
But if you're not if you're not financing the house,
right,
that's one thing. But if you're going through a bank has got its own have-tos that you've got to abide by.
That's right. And not only that, but you have to be able to pay the bank for the improvement. So
exactly, yeah.
It kind of makes sense.
Yeah, he owns the house outright. Okay, and
I see.
being that they said 60 or 70% of the insurance companies pulled out of Florida. Okay,
right,
and that he either has to be, in other words, he has to have like an escrow account.
Yeah.
Okay, with money in the bank to at least be able to build a new house at the new market prices.
That's a lot of money to be stashed aside.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
That's my whole point. So he said to me, Tom, he says, I got to get out of here. He said, I just can't pay it no more.
Right. I mean, if you've got enough money set aside in escrow to rebuild your house, you don't even need insurance.
No, but you do. But it's mandatory. You do on the Gulf Coast.
If he owns his own house?
Yeah, you got to have insurance. You got to have different kinds of storms. I mean, it's crazy, completely crazy.
Yeah, that
Do it.
doesn't make sense to
It
me.
must be a Florida thing because I can
Yeah.
assure you that here on this Gulf Coast where I live, Mississippi, if your house is paid for, you're not required to have insurance on it at all.
I mean,
Uh,
if you own the property and you own the
Hmm.
house, it's all paid for.
Right.
Who gives a rat's ass if the ocean sweeps it away?
Yeah. Exactly.
Why do you
That's what
have to
I.
answer to somebody else for that?
well, I'll
So
tell you who cares. The city cares because they can't collect the property tax. And I'll
bingo.
tell you what happened here after Katrina is that the first 4 blocks of our entire town was completely gone, nothing but concrete slabs. Okay. People did rebuild, but it was very slow. The people who didn't rebuild left derelict properties, didn't have them mowed, didn't let it overgrow. And then, of course, the city started looking like trash. That's when
Hmm.
I moved here. It looked like trash when I moved here down on the beachfront.
Yep.
Um, Gradually, over the last 15 years, it has cleaned up. People are starting to rebuild. In fact, it's a building boom down there right now. But the problem with it is they're using them for Airbnbs down there.
Yeah. And
So,
the sad part about this whole thing is, he said Tommy
mm,
wouldn't recognize the place because it looks like a ghost town.
mm,
He
mm,
said,
mm,
some of the houses that got destroyed. There's nobody living in. We used to go down to this one place, the Inn on the Gulf. Uh, Beautiful restaurant. The whole bit. You look out, you see, the water, and they have music there. The whole bit. Really good food, seafood and stuff. He's
and it's gone.
that got wiped out.
Yeah.
He says so. There's nothing there. It's back to square one. And
Well,
vagrants, homeless, all over the place. And he said the homeless are the people who actually lived in the places.
Wow.
Yeah,
huh.
sad. Really is sad.
Well, and that happened here, and it's taken, well, let's see, Katrina happened in August, it'll be 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
man, that time flew.
the coast has finally pretty much recovered. And I will say it took probably 10 of those 15 years that since I've been here for it to completely recover.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there are still a few properties down there that are vacant. There's a lot of beachfront property that is for sale, but it's being mowed and it's being taken care of. Um, but now what happened was in the beginning after Katrina, insurance rates tripled overnight.
No doubt.
And in
Yeah.
fact, one of my friends lost her home just because the insurance rates tripled and she couldn't afford the payment anymore. Um, so what happened was they split insurance. We had MEMA, which is Mississippi Emergency Management. They decided to provide a hurricane insurance. It was called wind and hail insurance. All of the homeowners insurance companies like State Farm and USAA and all of those farmers, whatever, they would provide you a homeowner's hazard policy. So if your house burned down, they would cover it. If um, if anything that didn't involve wind or hail, if that happened to your house, they would cover it. But you had to have an extra insurance policy through MEMA for wind and hail. And then you
Right.
had to have an extra insurance policy from
Flooding.
the government for your flood. So that
Mm-hmm.
you had 3 homeowners policies to protect your home. Well,
Yeah.
then I'm going to say probably
Hey, Dwayne.
8 years ago ish, 8 years ago, they finally, the regular company started writing wind and hail policies included in your uh, hazard insurance.
Yeah.
So MEMA quit requiring that you have their policy. So what happened was everybody's insurance went down somewhat because of that. They only had to have 2 policies now, flood and regular homeowners. Well, now, since there's been more hurricanes and more damage and more craziness,
3 and
since
4
then,
policies.
insurance is going back up again, just like the rest of the country.
Yep.
But it's higher here. There are people down across those tracks from me. I can see the railroad tracks. If I walk out to the end of my driveway, I can look south and see the railroad tracks. Well, after the railroad tracks, there's 4 blocks to the beach. Okay. Anybody south of those tracks is paying $8,000 to $10,000 a year just for insurance, just for the privilege of owning a home.
Yep.
That side of the tracks. It's insane. I could never pay that much for insurance.
Yep.
Um,
And just stop and think about it, okay? You know, you talk about guys on the street handing out, shylarks and stuff like that, loan sharks.
Mhm.
Insurance companies the same way. They're collecting money, collecting money,
Exactly.
collecting money. And when it comes time to pay, they don't want, no.
I
It's a
have
shame.
had a neighbor who lost their house during Katrina. And the flood insurance and the homeowners insurance were arguing with each other for years because one company said that the flood caused the damage and the flood insurance said the wind caused the damage. And they never did get a settlement from their insurance company because nobody could come. The point of the matter was there was wind and there was flood. Both things caused the house to disappear.
Right.
I'm sure that the 28-foot storm surge we had probably dragged that house out into the bottom of the Gulf.
Yeah. It's a
But
guppy house now.
yeah, it's a reef.
The other thing that he's saying, he was talking about too, is there's a big issue right now with the insurances in a what do they call the I just had it on the tip of my tongue. The when you live in a co-op, like a co-op or a gated community, and they have the homeowners association. Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of the places in Florida that have homeowners associations also mandatory that you have to have flood insurance. You also have to have that, and a lot of the people cannot afford it because of the prices were jacked up.
Well, of
So
course.
they're being forced out of their homes. I mean, it's just it's insane. It's just completely insane.
It really is.
I mean,
It's
for years,
almost not worth. It's almost not worth living in this part of the country anymore as a homeowner slash whatever owner.
for years, my homeowners hovered around 28 to 3,200 a year. Last
Yeah.
year, it jumped up to 6,000 and change. This year,
Oof.
it was 7,000 and change.
Oof.
A 42-year-old house, probably what am I, about 100 miles from the Gulf?
That's what I was just going to ask you.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
just
I'm
gonna ask you that.
way inland. I mean, if my house flooded, we're pretty high elevation here.
Right.
If my house flooded, I mean, we're talking biblical proportions of water.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I mean, I'm in the middle of the street. When it rains, the water flows both directions away from me. So, I mean, it would take a lot. But
Moses.
Yeah.
Hi,
But-
Grumpus.
nothing, I've not really had any claims. So
Right.
there's no reason for it to jump.
Yeah.
Right.
But they come up, I'm telling you, they come up. Makes
And
me
the house is paid for, property's paid for. So, I mean, thank God we don't have a mortgage because I've still got, what, 600 something a month I got to put aside just to cover
Just
my
to be able to live there.
homeowner's insurance at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Right.
Something's got to change. Something's got to change with it because and here's the other thing that really bothers me. Okay, you turn around and it's mandatory to have car insurance. Mandatory. All 50 states mandatory to have it. Okay, you can't get a license, can't drive a car, can't get registration, anything unless you have car insurance. All right. So they got that monopoly right there. They got you. Okay. Now, for a 70-year-old man who has a car has 19,000 miles on it, I don't even know the last time I was pulled over by a police officer. Okay. For
Mhm.
anything. Okay. And for them to tell me that, you know what, his exact words, guy like you pays his premiums. So you're covering the people who don't pay their premiums.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
So I said, how is that possible if everybody has to have mandatory insurance? How is that possible? They can't answer the question because they don't, it's a program that they're reading from. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's just a big scam. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
I
And
mean, a few
I
years back, I had full coverage on my truck. Uh, a, a guy of Southern persuasion ran into the back of me with his van, had no insurance, no driver's license, no inspection sticker on the van, and he
Yep.
walked. I had to fix
Yep.
my own truck. I had to pay the deductible so that I could get my insurance to fix the truck.
yeah, it's
And I said, "Well, how does he get his license? How does he get in?
Yeah.
How does he get inspections or anything like that if he doesn't have insurance? Because that's the first thing they ask you around here. Show me
yeah.
your insurance, or they won't
Mhm.
inspect, or I can't get my registration for the windshield without insurance.
Right.
So I
Right.
don't know. I don't know how they get away with it.
I got this.
Do you guys remember me talking about Violet's friend who was in that horrible she was hit by a car
Yeah.
at Christmas time walking across the beach road, Highway 90.
I think I
And
remember something about
Yeah.
that.
she nearly died. She had a traumatic brain injury. She mangled one of her legs. She was in the hospital for months and months and then ended up having to go to rehab. The guy that hit her was of Southern persuasion, as you say. And they found him. They arrested him and they convicted him. But he had no insurance, no driver's license, and that poor young lady had absolutely no recourse.
Yeah. So
And
what's the purpose of no fault insurance? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Don't
don't
make any
ask
sense.
me.
No. All right. So getting back to brisket.
Mhm.
Oh God. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's just
I hear you, Dwayne. I hear you, Dwayne. It irks me how many commercials are on TV.
Yeah.
What about the Super Bowl ads and stuff? What do you reckon those cost for 15-second slot?
yeah, millions,
Good
And
millions,
then and then
millions.
the insurance companies say they're not making any money or losing money or whatever. Well, stop giving it
But
all
they can
away and
afford
teach
that. They
people
can
how.
afford to advertise on YouTube,
Right.
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, it's so a subject with me because I mean, after all, being in business and stuff like that, you had to have insurance to cover your butt. Okay, no matter what. Somebody
Yeah,
walked in,
liability insurance.
tripped in the door or whatever, even though he was in 4 other gin mills before he got to my place, okay? Trip, fall
Right.
down, okay? And then next thing you know, you're getting, you got a sign for
Some.
appear in court or some bull crap.
Yeah.
So all the years that you paid, I sound like the guy now, get off my lawn type of thing, but it really is aggravating to hit that certain point in your life. You kick back and enjoy life a little bit, okay?
Right.
I enjoy sitting home. I sit on the balcony or take a walk or whatever. We got a beautiful complex here, nice pool, the whole bit. But to
Mhm.
have to pay through the nose to get in a car and drive down the road to the store and come back home
To
again.
the grocery store.
Don't,
Mhm.
yeah, and that's as far as I go. It don't make sense. It just doesn't make any sense.
It's hard. It's hard when you finally realize how many different people's way you're paying.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, without a
Yeah.
doubt. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Unbelievable. Like we're going to be doing this thing in the convention center here, and they got it all set up. They got this down to a science. Okay, so we're
Yeah.
only allowed to hand out 2 ounces of food and stuff like that, and they'll be there to find out exactly what you're doing, how you're doing it. Okay, I got a food
Mhm.
card. I've had one for a while, but food handlers, this and that. But where I
Yeah.
live, there is no income tax. Okay.
Right.
Same way
So
here.
everything is a fee. Fee for this, fee for that. You got to pay this, you got to pay that. Oh, this is going to cost you here, going to cost you there. So a food card, okay, it's
Mhm.
$20. It's not a big deal, all right. But you got to have one, or it should. So anybody, I mean, I'm sure Weber's going to be there, and all these different, grills and stuff like
Right.
that for the hardware stuff. I'm just wondering if they're all informed about whether they're going to have it or have to take the course that day, pay the fee. This is my point.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
You're talking about
Hotels.
Safe Serve or Serve Safe? The Serve
It's
Safe course.
yeah. It's well, not serve it. It's the food handlers, food
Okay.
handlers course that they have. But not only that, now you have hotel fees. Okay. You also have valet fees. You have all these different fees that you pay here when you come out this way. All right, and I'm sure you have it
Right.
too, Grumpus, in Texas. Now, to go to DMV, all right, to get my car. The first year I was here, I went, huh?
Yeah.
$560 for my license plates.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, because you know
I mean,
why? I didn't.
some of my taxes are paying for the stadiums that the city donated to these wealthy millionaires with the football and baseball teams that I can't afford to go to the game,
Right.
but I'm paying for the damn
Right.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, in here, you'll go down St. Rose Parkway here, and you got the training center for the Raiders. Okay, on there you'll have people pass you in Lamborghinis. Okay, Rolls, all and just 500 miles an hour. All right, they don't get pulled over.
Mm-hmm.
I make a turn, don't put my blinker on, boom, they got me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
It's a
Crazy.
joke.
I mean, if you got a rolls, you got lawyers.
My goodness.
And that's how they get around things. I mean, if somebody puts you file a suit against somebody, and all of a sudden they file something back for an injunction against you. Guess what? You don't have the money to pay for it.
Yeah.
It's done. It's out. It's gone. But if you got the dinero
Right.
behind you, sleeper barbecue. Lance, how you doing?
It's good
But-
to see you, Lance. Thanks for coming in and hanging with us a little bit this evening.
Just we're just bitching and moaning, Lance, about everything.
Yeah.
And by the way,
Cost
get
of
off my
living.
lawn.
Well, I'm bitching and moaning because Tom's not coming down here at the end of the month.
Well,
Oh.
I tell you, that's been on my
Turn that
mind.
music down.
That's
That
been
ain't
on my
music.
mind.
No, I mean, yeah, it's. I'm just hoping it's not cold. We got this cold snap rolling in. I hope it's gone by the time to. I mean, I've been to the cook-off before when you could wear a t-shirt,
Right.
and you're outside because the tent's too hot. And then
Mhm.
the year before that, I was bundled up in layers and freezing to death.
Ribs are good. Instead of
It'll
having a hot
probably
rib,
be warm that week.
instead of having a hot rib, you have a rib sickle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
I think Susie's going to try to make it down.
Oh, really?
I think so. She's up in Dallas, Arlington, I believe.
Okay.
So I think her and her son's coming down for a day.
Hello,
think
Ray
they're
of
gonna-
Sunshine. Thank you for running the video. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, how's your watch hours doing, Charlotte?
Doing great. Thank you. Thank you, Grumpus. Thank you. I'm almost at 29. So that's almost 1,000 hours in 3 months?
Well, I've been running 24/7.
Well, they take them away as soon as
Every
we get
day.
'em collected.
Every day they take them away.
Yeah. And now I'm trying to, that's one of the reasons I've been doing these verticals. Well, starting to do the verticals is because if I do that, it adds to the watch time, and it's another way that I can maintain the watch time once we get it where it needs to be,
Right.
So
right.
I'm plus uploading videos. I'm going to start that again. We actually got the north end of the garden completely taken down, and we have 3 more beds to destroy and get the dirt out of the way. It's been raining this weekend, so it's been really hard to
Are you
work.
recording any of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, it's going to be little. I'm not going to do long, drawn out videos. I don't see the point because it's. Uh,
No, but you can do preparedness video on getting things ready for the seasons.
yeah. You're thinking of trying Blue Sky. I'm so tired of Facebook and X smothering engagement. Oh, I don't know
agree,
anything
Marcel.
about that one, Marcel. But anyhow, yes, I am going to do not shorts videos, but something around 5 to 6 minutes,
Yeah.
and upload the whole full video. And then also, I've got some other beds ordered. I've got 3 more beds ordered. So I'll have a total of 6 to start with. And I'll just keep adding as the time, as I can, and just watch it grow from there. This weekend we bought the fencing that's going to go around it. I have to have fencing because this juvenile delinquent dog of mine will tear up everything in that garden if I don't put a fence around it.
See,
And,
that could be a
now-
nice series
now
right there. That could be a nice series
What-
right there. The juvenile delinquent and
dog?
tripod. And tripod, the adventures.
Well-
try.
Just so you know, that would be a very interesting series because Tripod despises the delinquent. And every
got
time the
perfect
delinquent comes anywhere near that dog, she goes berserk. And she'll take her one arm and, it's hilarious. But, so yeah, there's a lot of things brewing on the camera. So
That's great.
I just have to be able to stay awake long enough to get the daytime stuff done. Because
I look at it. I look at it this way. I just keep putting stuff out and just trying to improve it here and there, because it's changing. Everything is changing. So they have this focus group. They have this focus group that I deal with every once in a while. They'll ask me 1,000 questions, and you go up on a panel with a bunch of people, and they talk about what's going on. My biggest thing with YouTube is you need too many watch hours, okay, to stay afloat for a new guy coming up. Also, I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people who lost their monetization because they weren't keeping up with their videos. Okay, I know 4 people right off the bat that or off YouTube because YouTube took their monetization away from them.
Oh no!
Oh yeah.
But can't they get it back?
When you like what you're going through now, they got to worry about picking up watch hours. So
but here's the thing: I have not, Lord willing, I have not been demonetized yet. I'm still collecting, $12, $15 every month.
I think you were right on the cusp, right on the edge.
I think I was too. But here's the thing too. I when I started doing the live streams consistently again, I think I got a little bit of a pass because it looked like I was actually doing something.
Yes, I got mine shut off for about 2 months.
Oh, that's right. You did say that. Yeah.
So what they're looking for?
I was terrified. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What they're looking for is in these. I keep saying the watch hours are too much. Number one, okay, and $100 a month. If you have $70 for the month, you're not going to get a check until you hit 100.
Right.
Okay. Lower it. If you got people make $50 a month, send them the $50 so they'll invest a little bit more into what they're doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? I said your bars are way too high. Okay, and then you have people who are trying to get to that bar, and then you have people who are way above the bar,
Way
and
over the bar.
who really didn't do their due diligence to get there.
Right, 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 right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
yeah, well, thank you for your input and stuff like that. I said, you got people who and then if you're on there for a year enough to get to 1,000 subscribers, okay, and it still coincide with the what? So you're talking 2 years before anybody can get to
Mhm.
that point.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
Well, there's not that much incentive. I mean, to some of these bigger channels, I for a fact have a couple of big channels that I watch. They haven't put out new videos in a long, long time, and they're still getting residuals on the old videos in the hundreds and thousands of dollars a month.
Yeah.
Mhm,
So,
mhm.
I mean, more power to them. I hope to be there someday, but
Yeah.
at the
You
same
know,
time, you're not
all
working nearly as hard as the little guy is just to get to qualify.
right, right,
So there
because
needs to
they're
be
maintaining
more.
watch time off of those old ones too.
Well, they need
And
there just needs to
honestly,
be more incentive for the little guy to want to get to be the big guy.
yes, I agree. But then again, well, I don't know. I think the more fun it is for YouTuber, the better the quality. I agree. It will come when fun it comes naturally. Yes, I guess that's why some go into tickety talk, as I call it.
Yeah,
That's a good point, Ray of Sunshine. Yeah,
I'm
I like.
I'm only in it for the fun. I mean, you have to have
Yeah.
fun. I've got a job,
Yeah. Exactly.
Yes,
and I am not going to lose hair or sleep because of YouTube.
Right.
right,
That's the bottom line with it. But when they ask you these questions, to
Oh
get
yeah,
more input into the stuff, well, damn
absolutely.
it, But here's what I keep saying to them: you have no problem putting ads
mhm,
on my channel, okay, and I'm not
mhm,
monetized,
Right, right.
okay. If you're going to use me to do that, lower the bar. Give me a taste,
yeah,
okay. You get more with honey than you do with lemon, so I don't know. We just keep, just keep now they're starting to dispute, or they're really looking into channels for abuse, and stuff like that against their policies. Okay, foul language or not made for kids or all this
right,
stuff that's why when you monetize, it gives you that checklist to go down. Does it contain all these different items on it?
right,
Right.
Okay, you click that, and all of a sudden, next one you're showing a gun, drinking tequila, beating a kid up,
right,
right? And you just got done telling them that do that stuff. That's
right.
that's where they're actually thinning the herd, I guess. I don't know.
And that could be too. Lance says he's not received a YouTube check since September of 2024. I think my last one was in December. Um, and I'm starting over again.
Yeah, I
So
think I might on a good year get two checks a year.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. And like what Marcel was talking about before with Newsbreak, I was popping them out left and right. I was taking my YouTube videos, putting them over there on Newsbreak, and I mean they
right.
were taking off. I had a couple that was close. In 4 months, I had over 1 million views. Okay,
Wow.
Wow.
and they would send you out accordingly. So it started
Yeah.
on a rise, 200, and then next month would be 400 and something. Okay, and then you keep going, because them on there keep adding up from the beginning. There's no holdback. 600. The last
Right.
one I got from Newsbreak was 800 and some dollars.
Nice.
Okay,
Wow.
yeah, and then the next one I was supposed to get in December. All right,
Mhm.
you get that in January, but that last one was like $2,100,
Wow.
and they sent me a check out for $14.
Oh, I'd have
And
lost my mind.
well, you kind of know me. If I would
Yeah.
have known,
Yeah, I kind of do.
if I
I
could
would have
find out where Newsbreak is, I would be banging on the door.
I would have tommed all over him.
No kidding.
So
No
I mean,
kidding.
that's how you get,
But especially
you
when
get
you're
frustrated with people.
expecting that.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
that's not right that they did that. But mm. So,
Okay, Wimpy.
who's Lippy? For a hamburger today, Tom, I'll gladly pay you on Tuesday.
It's got to be a keto burger, though, buddy.
Right?
Burger on a
No
chopper.
bun. Hamburger wrapped in lettuce.
Yeah.
Ray of Sunshine said, I agree about those ads. If you put ads, give me a cut. I'm
Yeah. I mean,
just not at all into it yet. Yeah. Yeah.
well,
I feel for those who think, I really feel for the folks who are so uptight and have to use it as an income. And they're starting out like that, because it takes too long. You'd be better off door dashing if you want some income.
I mean, I set mine up in a new account when I first started YouTube, and I haven't touched a penny of that in 7 years.
Right.
And it's just barely over $1,000.
I mean, it's nice. Wow. It's nice to turn around and put up a video, meet everybody. I would have never met you guys before. Okay.
Yeah.
And to have fun doing it. Kibitzing back and forth, breaking chops here and there. And then to have a company who started out as a dating service, okay, and then went to porno and got completely, right, and now we're pushing keto burgers. We are. Yeah, and pushing keto burgers and stuff,
right,
and not taking advantage, but you know what? Pretty damn smart how they did it.
Hello, my name is Grumpus.
I like do you like long walks on the beach, Grumpus?
Long walks on the beach and pork rinds.
Yeah. Hey, I'll make you French fries, but let me get the potato out of my pants.
You guys are rotten. You're rotten.
Yeah. I watched this. I mean, not to get stupid or anything like that, but I exclusively watch YouTube. I mean, all different things. There's quite a few people on there to like it and follow. But there's some just complete whack jobs, okay? This woman is standing in front of a stove, okay? And she had bosoms, okay, that she could close 3 closet doors at one turn. Okay?
She's the one that's just wearing an apron, right?
Yeah. And her behind.
I'm a huge supporter.
Oh my goodness.
And her behind, you can put a tray on the back of it and serve drinks.
There you go.
And I'm saying,
I know the channel. It's awful.
Yeah. And you wonder why she's got 3 million.
I'm curious.
She's got 3 million supporters. Oh God!
And also tell me.
And one of the supporters that she has, one of the advertisers she has, is for pacemakers.
Oh my!
Would you like a burger?
Okay, I need to know this channel.
I've heard it was an interesting channel.
It's amazing, completely amazing.
Is it like the only
crying?
Yeah. I'm gonna make a yucca dish right now.
Ooh.
Charlotte, I don't know. I can't think of the name of the channel. I've just run across it a few times.
Yeah, I mean, and you know what?
I couldn't tell you one thing she's cooked.
Oh my Lord!
And she has the manual can opener.
Yes.
You know?
I've got a manual can opener. What's wrong with that?
Like this. And every time, and every time she's on, Marie comes into the room.
Yeah.
And when it's on, I got caught. What are you watching? I said, I tell you one thing. I need to get a boob job and. Ay.
Dear
Lord. I always told Vicky I could probably get more viewers with more cleavage. She said, "Shut up, put your shirt back on."
Yeah.
You know, I don't. I guess
Right
I'm
back
just
in.
different because I the thought of doing that, like kind of dressing differently than I do,
Well,
makes me
that's just
so
it. This gal
uncomfortable.
don't dress much at all.
I don't like showing all my business to the public. There's not many folks that get to see all the
Well, she,
business.
well,
And
she's not worried about watch hours. That's for sure.
imagine, imagine. And that's okay. Are you trying to encourage me or anything like that?
I'm not saying
But
anything of the sort.
that that's not going to work. I'm not doing that. Of course, my dad told me I should have no shame if I want to make money on YouTube. I said I can't do that. I just can't. I don't want to put all the business out there for everybody. That's not appropriate. So,
Well, you just had to be there.
well, my dad told me that I should let my crazy he said I should let my crazy hang out a little bit. I said I can't do that. Oh no, no ma'am, I cannot dress like Kanye's girlfriend.
She didn't
That
dress
I
at
was
all.
you know what? I was
I was
so
embarrassed
embarrassed
for her. I
for
don't even
her.
know who she
Me
was.
too. Me too. I was
I had no
embarrassed
clue who
for
she
her.
was.
That's awful. What I mm, 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 mm.
Her daddy must be so proud.
See, now if that was my daughter, she wouldn't have made it out of the house looking like that.
Oh no.
There ain't no way.
I mean,
Um,
I just don't know what she was thinking.
she was thinking she wanted to make that crazy man of hers happy. That's what she was
Well,
thinking. That's why most people do that. Or to attract one. Well, here's the thing. You attract one like that, he ain't gonna stick around till he'll stick around till he's done with you.
no, she feeding her own ego. Had nothing to do with him.
You think so?
Oh yeah,
Rain
absolutely.
Sunshine said, yeah, I'm noticing people are doing that and just realized this year that's why. I guess I
Yeah.
was giving them a bit. You know what, though? Somebody who doesn't think that way, I think doesn't project that onto other people. So I get what you're saying. I really do because I've seen some videos, but well, okay, like I watch Foodie Beauty. She's an obese lady with type 2 diabetes whose life is a train wreck. And she used to, before she became a Muslim, she didn't. That's all I act. Anyhow,
Was she grow a
um,
beard?
no. She's half bald. I don't know if she could grow a beard or not. Then again, there's lots of bald men out there with beards. I don't know. But anyhow, she used to dress in nothing but her bra. She has showed her entire blessed assurance on her live stream before and said, oops, you know,
I mean, these are the gals that be the first one to get on an elevator going to HR because somebody looked at them.
yeah, yes, yes. And that's a shame. Now, I would
Can't get
never get on the elevator to go to HR just because somebody looked at me or said an ugly joke or grabbed my you know what.
Well,
I
my
would just knock them in the mouth.
my argument always was these gals would get up and work 2 hours to put a face on, so they
Right?
look like something different, and then they go to work and they want to say, "Well, I do it for myself. I don't do it for anybody."
Oh, horse
And I'm
crap.
thinking, "That's you liar." You-
There,
I
there's
used to
no
have to leave
way.
my house 5:30, quarter to 6 in Houston. Okay, to
Yeah.
get to work, drive 30 miles, and I watched some ugly women. By the time we get off 610 loop, boy, they
Transform.
were
they were 10.
gorgeous. Yeah, that was the best math problem I ever had. Unbelievable.
All
Well,
right, Lance, I'll bite. How do you know?
what did he say? Ask me how. Wait a minute. What, how you know what?
That's what I'm asking.
How do you know, Lance? You can't just talk to Grumpus. Got to talk to
Well,
all of us.
I think
Oh, you
Lance
can.
Lance
Okay.
fixes himself up for work too. Don't want nobody to look at him.
Does he?
HR
Oh, I
department.
love him.
Too funny. Too funny.
Um,
Yeah.
No, I've just never quite been that brazen.
And
Maybe
you
I
can
wish
see
I
it.
could. Maybe I wish I could be. You know, really.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I could be a little more brazen sometimes. But
I live in the land of the crazy. Okay.
okay,
There are more uh, women at walking, just working. Okay. Getting pictures taken. In order to get a picture taken with one of them, what do they call them? No, the ones that have the big plumes, like the showgirl.
oh
Yeah,
yeah. Oh,
Okay.
that costs
They're,
money.
they're all over the street. Yeah, you're talking $50.
Yeah,
So
they don't play around.
things get bad. Look out! I'll have a big plume up.
You're gonna have a plume,
Yep. Yep.
have a pretty little
Uh,
costume.
String up my
Some
butt.
of those. Yeah,
What can
yeah.
I? Come here, you're having a
Look, down
picture with
there on
me.
Fremont Street, you should probably make a killing doing that.
Yeah. You know, on Fremont Street they have circles drawn. Okay. Every so
Yeah.
many feet. Okay. And that's where performers go.
That's where they stand.
They
Isn't it?
go in, they'll stand, they'll sing, do whatever they got to do, the whole bit. So
Oh,
you'll see me, okay, in one of them outfits.
Somebody give you $1, you put something else on.
Yeah.
So, Tom, do you think that they have to pay for those circles?
Oh, of course they do.
They
oh,
do?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. It's like I said. Everything is a fee out here.
Yeah,
you got to pay
somebody's
for
making
everything.
money
Right.
off that somewhere.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Well, that's
Yeah.
unfortunate because that doesn't make it easy to get easy money, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right.
Because if you have to come up with the fee, you also got to buy your costume. You got to, whatever.
They just started this year. Okay, that you can have a vending. In other words, you can be a vendor. In other words, hot dog wagon or something like that. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But you cannot be out in front of on any street for more than an hour. You have to move. Okay, so you say you're in front of Chase Manhattan Bank, whatever, Chase Bank, whatever it is. That's how old I
Right.
am, Chase Manhattan Bank. You out there for an hour, you got to move, or else you get a fine. I'm one of them. My thing is, who is policing this? You know what I mean?
Right.
Who am I paying to watch that?
Exactly.
Right.
Ay,
Right.
ay, ay.
You want. What do you want?
New York City, I don't think they pay Times Square.
Come on.
Oh yeah, they charge big time. One guy told me, he said he's a YouTuber, and he had these two ladies who were dressed alike, with the showgirls, the whole bit. Obviously they're not showgirls, you know what I'm saying? They wouldn't have to be out there doing it. But they had some outfit on, the whole bit, and he got his picture taken. For the two of them, it was $125. Plus, they got guys watching who's, it's insane. It's completely insane.
Oh, y'all getting the side eye from her. Look.
Well,
She's,
Meow.
look.
meow.
Are you listening to Tom?
Is she looking at the screen?
She
Yeah,
was.
It just looks like a
we're
possum.
smoking.
It looks like a possum.
It looked like a Russian hat.
It
It looked like
does.
a Yetsky or something.
Man, she is really shedding pretty bad right now. That's
Yeah, Smokey shedding it like terrible.
why are you shedding?
I didn't know
girl?
cats shed it.
Oh yeah, we try to brush this one at least once a day. She still sheds everywhere.
Really?
Yeah, I'm
Wow.
gonna have to brush her. Thank you, Marcel. Y'all make sure to subscribe to my channel if you're not already. I know most of you are, but if we have the rogue straggler, I was looking at my analytics today, and 60-something% who watch my channel are not subscribed. So I either need to be a lot cuter or be a lot more entertaining.
Next time I'm putting
them
a
days
costume
are
on.
over. Like my dad used to say, you better learn how to make a living because cute don't last forever. Well, he was right again. Hey, do y'all remember when I said something about making merch, about it, making a shirt, and you said, I'd buy it, and you said, I'd buy it, and everybody thought it was really funny, and I can't remember what the heck it was that I was going to make the shirt about. I got to go back through all my videos and find
Oh
out.
man.
Oh, good luck on that.
It's been since like Christmas time, maybe a little bit before Christmas. And
I
I thought,
I,
I can't remember what that was.
I took away all my merch on YouTube. Took it up. I don't
Did
want it no more. Stop it.
Well, I wouldn't do a shelf or anything like that. I would just.
I
Yeah,
bought
I
I
don't
bought
want to
an
manage it.
I bought an apron, and Charlie cooking chickens for men. He bought my apron. That was it.
Oh, no kidding.
And and they hound the hell out of you. No, I take it down. I'm making no money on it.
With my
Yeah.
logo necessarily. I just want something cute or something funny or something unisex, that kind of thing.
Well, I mean, I'm I'm like Tom. I don't want to manage it. I just want to put it on a site somewhere and let them handle it. But you
Yeah.
got to have
Well,
enough
yeah.
volume to make it worth having.
Right.
Right. I see that. Yeah, I see where you're coming from with that. That does make sense.
And
Of
the
course.
thing about it is, okay, you have that merch, okay. And I never thought about it when I first did it. An apron, a hat, or a t-shirt, or whatever, with your logo and stuff on there. And now you sell it. It's $17 for it, all right, and you get $5.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think out of that $5, they also take tax out that you also
Oh, of course.
for you. So I said, no,
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. I mean, if I was selling something, it'd be a different story, but I'm not selling anything.
Right. What? I want your furs in my mouth. Blech. Ugh. She's so needy, y'all. This is
That's
the
the way
only cat I
mine
have
is.
that does.
She'd be on my
She's
lap
the only
now if I'd
one.
let her.
The other ones do not do this to me, but this one just eats it up, I guess. I don't know.
How many cats you have, Grumpus?
But yeah, catch you next time. Thank you for coming
Just
in,
one?
Lance.
One.
We appreciate you. Thank you. Have a great night and sleep well. Or
Get
go
your
to
shovel.
work.
We had one that adopted us. And we had it for maybe 6, 7 years. Had to put it down, and then this one showed up in the backyard, and it adopted us after a couple of months.
I'm kind of
No.
sad now that I didn't take it off your hands.
Well, it's a pretty good cat as far as cats
Yeah.
go.
But when she was a kitten, she was ugly.
She's ugly now. She's just a bigger ugly.
She's not ugly now. She's a pretty girl now.
Yeah, but
I
she's
like
kind of
her.
like an ugly baby. Only the owners think she's cute.
Yeah. 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 Well, that's like this one. She's not the most beautiful kitten. She's
That's
not
like
the
that
most
old.
beautiful,
That's like that old joke.
but I love her. Oh, come on, Dinah. Okay, get off me. I have to let my dog out, y'all. I'll be back.
All right.
Okay, we won't wreck your show.
What's the joke, Tom?
Guy goes is in a supermarket, and a woman's walking with her baby. So she's walking over by the produce aisle, right? And he's looking to the baby, right? And the woman says, "Please leave my child alone." He says, "Ma'am," he says, "you're very rude." He said, "I'll tell you what, we'll make amends with it. Let me give your baby a monkey. I mean, your monkey a banana." Well, I blew that one. Let me give you a monkey a banana. I just did tonight. Uploaded one. I got a collab coming up in March for St. Patrick's Day. So what I did was I took, rather than cooking, I'm busy as hell right now. So rather than cooking something up and doing the same stuff, I took a couple of my older videos and put them together, and I put from the Sunday Dinner Chef and Taquito Cook, put it together. And I didn't realize, but I had a couple jokes that I told on there, and I said, "Oh God!" But the one was Pat and Mike, two Irishmen, are out in a rowboat and they're fishing. Okay, so their policy is they don't talk when they're fishing. They just fish. That's all they do. So they're out there for about a half hour, 45 minutes. They don't catch catching no fish. So Mike says to Pat, he says, "Oh, this is bull crap." He says, "We're not catching nothing." He says, "So I'm going to ask you a question." He says, "You know what really bothers me, Patrick?" He said, "I watch on TV these scuba divers. They get all their gear on. They sit up on the side of the boat, and they fall into the water backwards." Patrick looks at him. He says, "Oh, for crying out loud, Michael. If he fell forward, he'd fall into the freaking boat." and the other one was Michael wasn't feeling well, so he had a little heart palpitations and stuff like that. So he goes in to see the doctor. So the doctor looks at him, gives him an examination. He says, "Well, Michael," he says, "I think you have a bit of heart problems." And Michael says, "Oh God, doctor." He says, "You better relax. I got these pills right here. Take these pills, and we'll come back in 2 weeks, and we'll see how you're doing." "Okay, doc," he said, "but do I have to take them every day?" He said, "Well, you know what, Michael? Take one on Monday, skip on Tuesday, take one on Wednesday, skip on Thursday, and so on." Okay, he leaves. Week later, 2 weeks later, right, doctor's walking down the boulevard and sees the wife. "Oh, hello, Mrs. Murphy. How's Michael doing?" She says, "Oh, doctor," she says, "Mike passed away last week." He passed away? Why did he pass? What happened? He passed away. He had a heart attack. He said, "Well, hold on a minute." He says, "I gave him some of them pills." She says, "The pills were fine, but all that goddamn skipping killed him." It was the bloody skipping that killed him.
That's funny.
I said, "Holy crap." Unbelievable. So now, who all is in with these different is it with the competitions and stuff like that? It's just a set of guys, or do they invite other people?
I mean, they're just barbecue teams. Now, the team could be one guy or 20.
Okay.
But they come from. This is a big show, so they're coming from international. It's a national. I mean, you got people from South America, all that stuff, and I'm sure they pay an entry.
Yeah.
And it goes Friday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Okay.
So they award the prizes and all that stuff on Saturday night. And
then is it the next week when the rodeo starts?
Then the next week the rodeo starts. Now they'll have the midway open during the barbecue cook-off.
Okay.
They're not going to lose that money. But the actual rodeo doesn't start until the week after the cook-off.
So there's 4 big major meat packers, okay, who actually process beef and stuff like that. The 4 major ones, all right. Well, JBS is down in they're from South America, I believe from Brazil.
Yeah.
They just bought the biggest egg producing farms in the United States and in South America.
No kidding.
Yeah. So not only do they now going to control the meat, okay.
Yeah.
They've cut Tyson right out, and now they bought all these farms with the eggs and stuff like that. So I'm anxious to see how, even out here with meat prices and stuff like that, how people enjoy doing this. People enjoy barbecuing. People enjoy work over, come home, and to spend that kind of money on something is it's ridiculous.
I mean, I tell people that all the time. I'm more into the process than I am the actual finished product.
Yeah.
I'll do a brisket. We'll have enough for here for a meal or two, but I'm forever calling the neighbors, hey, meet me at the fence, and just handing them a tub of it or taking it into work and give it away. But I enjoy taking the
Right.
day off,
Yeah.
just laying around, having a few beers, and just the whole process is what I like. The
Mhm.
romance of tending the fire and mastering
Yeah.
that.
So I mean, so even the simple pleasures that people want to do, just have a friggin' hamburger. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Right.
amazing, completely amazing.
Crazy. It is crazy. I'm I don't know when people are going to get tired. You know, if we would all buy enough food a little bit at a time to last for a whole month, and then nobody in the country grocery shop for a month.
Oh yeah,
I wonder
boycott them for 30
what
days.
kind of impact would that have? You know,
Eggs
Just
would
like
probably
say
be
screw
cheaper.
y'all. I don't need groceries.
just like with the gas back in the day. Okay,
Yeah.
when I was younger, I drove a tractor trailer. I hauled gasoline, so I was an independent, worked for an independent contractor. But he had 10 trucks, so we would deal with Exxon. We would deal
Mhm.
with overflow if they had more orders and stuff. They would bring us in. Okay, and I made good money doing that in my early 20s. And that Texaco and Shell. All right, that's who we worked for. So I was steady with Exxon. I would do every night. I worked a night shift, and I would drive and deliver Exxon. Exxon was like the best to do it. All right. That's when the prices were going up, and all of a sudden, uh, people were following me. Okay.
Oh,
I would pull into a station because you're there. That's well before 24-hour service. Okay. Most of the gas stations would close 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock, whatever, and reopen up in the morning again. So we'd get in there at night. We'd have the lights on the whole bit. And I had a dude come up to me. All right. Pulled up in his car and come out. And he had a piece and said, I want gas. No problem. I opened up the valve all over him.
oh no.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I was on the news
Well, he
because
deserved
of
it.
it. Because of it. Okay. Now I said, hey, you got a light? All right. And that's what it was. But my point is that the boycott, shutting it down, all right, yeah, that would do a lot. That would do
Yeah.
an awful lot.
Yeah,
Awful.
that's what I think.
Yeah, price of eggs might actually drop.
Yeah, no kidding. It may be beef.
But the thing is, if when the economy gets back to normal, do you think those egg prices are going to drop back to normal?
No,
No,
exactly
they
not.
will not.
We've already let them know we'll pay $7 for a dozen.
That's right.
That's right.
Even though it used to be $2, it'll never drop to $2 again.
That's why guys like us, Grumpus, and our age, right? We turn around and say, back in the day.
Well, I'm talking
Right.
3 years ago.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We paid $3 a dozen, Terry.
I'll be
Now?
keeping my chicken.
Well, if I needed eggs that bad, I'd be looking into getting some chickens around here. I
Mhm.
don't know how long they let me live here, but I'd sure give it a try.
Um,
I mean, Marcel says you build a
Thankfully-
chicken coop, the girls will show up.
Ay. Marie, we're going to start a chicken coop. And out here, 120 degrees with a chicken laying an egg.
Oh
It's
man,
cooked. It's cooked.
oh, my.
My
It
chicken
wouldn't
lays
take long
poached.
for it to be cooked.
Yeah, my chicken lays poached eggs.
Oh, chickens.
Yeah, it's
Well, I have 8 chickens, and I will be getting about 6 or 7 eggs a day. And
nice.
I don't need that many. We don't go through that many. We don't eat that much. And I was thinking about putting them on a little table out in the front yard, and whoever wants them can come by and get them. I'm not going to sell them. That's too much aggravation. I might put a donation box out there, but the thing is, if I do that, somebody's going to steal it.
Oh yeah, they'll steal the table too.
That too. Well, mm, somebody will come by after the table's empty and think it's garbage
Well,
and
what
then
about
pick it up.
do they have any homeless shelters or anything around you?
Um, yeah, no.
Okay,
But there is the veterans home down on the beach,
there you
and I
go.
could
Old
maybe
folks
take
home.
them there. Yeah, it's like a old folks home. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's for veterans.
I'd do that before I'd put them at the curb.
And actually, it's for homeless veterans. So it's not for your run of
Yeah,
the mill
yeah,
veterans.
Yeah.
yeah.
So maybe I'll do that. Yeah.
That's the commodity right now. That's it right there. I mean, I
Mhm.
seen it coming. Seen it coming about 6 months ago. All right, because at one point, the place where I go shopping at, now they have cases. Okay, case of eggs. I think it's 150 eggs in a case. I think that's what the number is.
Right.
All right, and you could get that all day long for $36 to $46. There was always a $10 range in there. Okay. Now you can't touch it for $140.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, yeah. And then they have the pack of 20, okay? 20 eggs, jumbo eggs, right? And they were always like $4.99 in that area, okay? Now they're $12. And a regular dozen 18 pack is like I think it's like 8 and change because it went down a little bit. And a regular dozen is almost $8. And the other thing that
Well,
went,
I'm
all the prices, the other
looking right
prices
now
that
at
went up.
Walmart. Our eggs have gone up $2 a dozen just in the past 2 weeks. They were 340 something, and now they're 546. The 18 count is 902. I should have bought 2 dozens instead of the one. Oh, it would have been 11. Huh. Now, there's a 60 count for $27.24. That's 45 cents an egg. 45.4 cents.
Yeah.
It's insane how much they've gone up.
So
A
somebody
year.
like me, who's watching, rather than buying, the bread and all that other crap that goes along with it, they're actually
Mhm.
forcing your hand, okay? And
Yeah.
then on top of it, all right, I got that lady that was on with me, Laura, okay? Well, we got into it pretty good because we had one guy say, well, with the price of things and this and that, you can eat hot dogs or bologna. And I lost my mind. And she she went off too. She said it's processed. It's a processed food. It's got
trash
sugar in
meat.
it. It's got
Mhm.
all kinds of And she lost it. I loved it. But that's what it's forced down to. So now I said I'm not a conspiracy theorist, and she said I am. she said somebody's behind it. Somebody's definitely behind it, and the whole bit. Oh, sure. I got to tell you something.
What?
Firesider's almost gone.
Are you kidding me?
I got a quart. I do a shot every day. Okay. And
Yeah.
I tell you what, it's a ass kicker. All right.
I
2
love the
weeks.
video when you and Maria tried it from the first
Yeah.
time.
That was
Crack.
hilarious.
She's going like this. I haven't had no knee pain. I haven't had any aches or pains since that.
Dang.
I gotta tell you, there wasn't a whole lot of trust in Maria's eyes.
No, there wasn't.
Especially when I said
She
salute,
looked
she
at
went like
you
this.
like, hey, I thought you were going to have to pay some severe consequences for making her do that.
I tell you what, she's funny when it comes to that kind of stuff.
She
But
was
So
a
you think
trooper.
it's helping?
yeah, I mean, apple cider vinegar alone, okay, will do wonders for your gut. Okay,
Right.
bacteria, whatever, and this and that. That's why all these people taking this Ozempic now. All right, oh, it's great, they're losing weight and really good. It slows your metabolism. It slows you down from taking a dump. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't mean to talk about that while Charlotte's chomping there, but
No, I mean, I think that would be miserable.
Yeah, I was on another one a year ago that the doctor, I compromised with him because I wouldn't take any other medications. He said, "Try this; it'll help the whole." I was miserable.
I would be.
So now what happened is I was getting sick. Okay, colds, the whole bit. Tell you
Right.
one thing: fire cider get you straightened out quick. Really does.
Make some of that.
I tell you what, I'm getting ready to make. I told us I'm going to the store tomorrow.
So now, do you do a whole shot glass, or how do you do that? Because I
Shot
saw
glass.
your video and it looked like a lot.
That's the shot. It was funny because the shot glass we got in Mexico.
Uh-huh.
So I said, "Yeah, arriba."
That was like a double shot glass you had.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean it works.
So it's
It
2
really
ounces
does.
or 1 ounce? 1 ounce
It's
at
like
a
an
time?
ounce and a half, ounce and a half probably.
Okay.
But well, you don't have to take
Thanks,
that much.
Bonfire. Take care, dear. Enjoy your evening.
So this lady that I had on, Laura, in fact, she's going to come back on again. We're going to do another one. We're going to dig into about cholesterol and stuff like that. Okay, and you get you get her take on what she thinks about cholesterol. And nothing to do with what we were taught over the years as far as, eating fat and stuff like that. It's all carbohydrates basically. And
Yeah,
she
I believe
that's what she did. So I was telling her about my ordeal, how they gave me probably in 4 months they gave me 3 different hearth cats,
Mm-hmm.
and of course they couldn't find nothing, and went back and forth, and they put one in, and I was like 30-some%, 35 or 38%. They said blockage. She's Tom. That's illegal.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think you have to be at least 90% before they stent.
And she said 70, at least 70%.
Or
Anyway,
70. Right.
long story short, she said, and that was another doctor I told. He was full of. Anyway, Tom. So and then she went back into it again. Really good. So she makes all her own. All she does is eat beef, nothing else.
Okay.
She's an LPN. She does home nursing. She go to your house and doing that. And she said she does a lot of nursing homes and stuff.
Right.
So she said it's sad to see people in their 60s that are beat up from their diet and stuff. So I said, what alternative do they have? What alternative, if they just eating that same old stuff over and over and over again, okay, sure, it's going to take a toll. She said, just one week, we had one lady, she said, 1 week, ate clean, no sugars, no high carbs and stuff like that. And she got up, went to the bathroom without her walker.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
I don't know if it was embellished or whatever, what she was saying, but this one, she doesn't seem like she plays too much with nonsense, So, but it was funny. It was funny to it. We got talking, and so she makes her own face creams and stuff, all out of tallow. She makes her own. She makes her own lip gloss. She makes what else? She makes tooth powder. Okay. That does that kind of stuff like that, and then a couple teas that she has. She uses dandelion. She makes dandelion tea, like a tincture, stuff like that, and that takes the edema away from your legs and stuff. And so she was really knowledgeable about that. So when I said to her, I said, "Yeah, we've been doing that also." I said, "But I made fire cider," and she lit up like a Christmas tree.
No kidding.
Oh no, she said, "No, don't. I love fire cider. Don't stop taking that. Don't. What? Oh man, it's gonna. What'd you?" She said, "What'd you put in it?" I said, "I ain't gonna tell you. Watch the friggin' video. I mean, come on."
There you go.
But it was nice to see. She said she's 54 years old and she was 30. No, I'm sorry, 20 years old, and she was 310 pounds.
Oh my.
And she went to the doctor, and the doctor put her on a statin, but she never filled the statin. And she went back in 6 weeks back to him, and she lost. No, I'm sorry. Went back in 6 months. In the
Mhm.
6 months time doing keto, she's been doing keto for 28 years and just started 6 years ago doing carnivore. And in that time, she lost 140 pounds. So
Wow.
she said when she walked in, when she was sitting there waiting for the doctor to come in, she he walked in and was patting himself on the back because he had her results. All her numbers dropped a whole bit. So he said, "I told you that statin was going to work," and she said, "It didn't. Here it is. I never filled it."
Never took it. Never took it.
So the moral of the story was she fired him, okay, and told him off the whole, all the bull stuff. And then she became a nurse. She became and when she was 30 years old. And lo and behold, I'll give you the name in a minute, Marcel. And lo and behold, she's in the cardiac unit. And this guy just had a quadruple bypass. All right. And who is it? The doctor.
No.
Talking about karma.
Yeah, that's what she said. She said, "I love karma. I love it."
Oh
So
my God.
they sat down and she had to tell her supervisor, "This is my old doctor that I fired. And I can't, I can't. He might not want me to work on." So he's still intubated and stuff like that. So they went over the whole thing, and he said, "I don't care. I don't remember you or anything like that." So the next day she took the feeding tubes and everything out of him, breathing tubes and everything. And she said the good thing about it, she says, I gave him a rash of bullcrap. She said, and told him what I thought of him, and he couldn't talk because he had a sore throat. So, but then the story continues. Like 3 or 4 years later, he contacts her, wants to know exactly what she was doing. So
Right.
he was 500 pounds.
Oh wow.
And he is, like she said, he's up there in age now, but he's like 180, 190 pounds. So, and just some of them stories, but she's hard nosed. I really took a shine to her.
She sounded exactly like you, Tom.
Yeah, she did.
It was amazing.
I did not get to see that one. I have to go back and watch it.
It's a good one, Charlotte.
Well,
I don't know. Her name
I saw the
is
thumbnail for it.
her
You know
name
how
is.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna tell Marcel. Her
Right.
name is Laura Russell at Healthy Carnivore. That's what it is. Check her out. She's got a lot of
you know
good
how
stuff.
you see a thumbnail and you're like, okay, I need to watch that, but I got to do this first.
Right.
And then you completely I wish that didn't happen to me.
Then you can't find a thumbnail again when you come back.
Just gonna say that. Just gonna say that.
Yeah. I have so much stuff that I mark as watch later during the day.
Yeah.
I don't have enough hours when I come home to watch them all.
Right.
There's
Go ahead, Tom.
we got that one guy that we watch, me and you, Grumpus, with the EV Mux and all that stuff,
Yeah,
OBS.
Yeah.
There's another
Well-
guy called the computer guy.
Eli, the computer guy.
I don't know if it's Eli or not. I'll have to look it up. This guy's fantastic because he is a Windows expert.
Yeah, he's bald, right? Bald with a scruffy beard.
No, different guy.
Okay.
Bad our age, but he's into it, boy, big too. But they go so damn fast,
Yeah, it's hard to follow.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can slow them down. Do you know how to do that, Tom?
I pause a lot of videos trying to follow these guys.
Well, you can if you go on YouTube. Okay, let me see. In the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, when you have a video playing,
Yeah.
I gotta get it playing first.
Yeah, it's the gear, playback speed on the gear.
The gear. Yeah. You hit that settings button and it'll say playback speed and you can lower it I have to do that a lot of times with if I'm following a crochet
Oh.
tutorial, I'll slow down so that I can keep up.
Well, a lot of
So my
times I'll
hand
I'll
can
do
keep up.
that. I'll do that on these backgrounds that I use.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Normal speed to get too busy, so a lot of times I'll slow them down to half speed.
Right. And
And I don't,
I mean, go ahead.
I don't want to start no problems, especially on your channel or anything like that. But whenever I find something, excuse me, that I'm looking for, I'll type something in and I'll get 5 million other different things. Okay.
Yeah.
And then when I find the one that I'm exactly what I'm looking for, and it starts out like this. Good evening.
Oh yeah.
I know.
hate that.
Tonight we're gonna debate the birthday button.
And you're like, I can't understand you.
Shit.
That happens
Tom,
to me sometimes too.
Tom, have you heard of MELD? MELD? It's a OBS competition. It looks really, really good.
I'll have to check it out.
What do you mean
Meld?
competition?
It's well, just like we've got EV Mux and StreamYard and Restream, all those do the same thing. Well,
So it's a competitor of EV Mode. Okay.
they've come out with Meld and made OBS. It's an OBS lookalike, but it's a lot easier to set up. It's not as intimidating looking as
Cool.
OBS. But I may have to give it a try. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, why not?
Everything changes so quick. I just get used to one thing.
Well, same way here.
You know, and it turns up. So Marie says to me about, why don't you just bite the bullet and get the camera and this and that? And I said, no. I said, I'm going to make sure I do what I'm doing with it, you know, and that it's going to work out for what I need. So anybody that puts up something, I watch it. And I type in for food videos. Okay.
Hello. I'm sorry. I'm going to butcher your name. Can I just say Lee?
Pia Lee.
Is it
Pia
Pia
Lee.
Lee?
I'll be right back.
Happy weekend to you as well. Thanks for coming in tonight.
Nice to see you.
Where you tuning in from, Pia? I always like to know where people's at.
I do
Don't say
too.
the
I
men's
do
room.
too. I had a lady from India come up the other night. It was so much fun. And I was acting like a kid in a candy store and asking her so many questions because it's fun to me
Yeah,
to learn, you know.
I
And
got
I felt kind of.
I got a woman from the UK that follows the other channel really, really, really close, and her name is Glam Babe. I guess back from the rock and roll stuff. And
Right.
when I'm hoping it's a woman, but when she does type, leaves a comment. No, I mean, I didn't mean that.
Yeah, you did. Mediterranean coast.
I'm sorry.
So Tom, what do you watch when the show's over?
Well, in the Mediterranean coast, you know what?
Is that
Have
like
y'all
Greece?
looked at the Mediterranean diet? Oh my gosh.
I
It
love
looks so
Mediterranean.
delicious. I'm sorry, Tom. Get yourself together. I'll talk about the Mediterranean diet. It basically is based on Mediterranean foods, and they look absolutely delicious. A lot of
Mediterranean
fish.
food is one of my favorites.
Yes, yes.
So
And
Pia,
my
are you over like in Greece? That
Spain.
Said my family is Greek.
Spain or Greece? Yeah.
I'll sound like a Greek, but my family is Greek.
We love Greece around here.
Yes, sir.
Greeks don't like no freaks.
Neither does Tom.
Put foot in mouth.
Okay, dear. It's okay. We all do it once in a while.
All right. So Back to your story.
Anyway, she leaves a book when she leaves a comment, okay, and really gets into it. And stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And almost to the point where you think it's done. Another paragraph.
And it goes on and on.
Yeah. And then another couple signed on. I think they were from the UK and moved to South Africa
Okay.
on the coast, and they're redoing a house, a villa, and stuff.
Mhm.
And he's 82, and his wife is 54. So I said, and they go back for, hey mate, how you doing?
He robbed the cradle.
Yeah, he did.
He did, didn't he?
Boy, I tell you.
Okay, in vidIQ, I just rolled over to 2,900, which is nice.
Hours?
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, there's
I told you it was about to roll over.
4 years difference between me and Vicky.
4.
Yeah. So I'm 70 something, she's 60 something, and nobody even thinks twice about it.
Well, that's
when I-
me and Poppy.
But when I was 18 and she was 14, people talked.
I bet they did. I bet they did. Well, Poppy is 7 years younger than me. And when we first got married, I was 35, he was 28. Yeah. He had just turned 28. I had just turned 35. And I had a 14-year-old daughter,
Okay.
almost 15. So when people would ask him how old he is and how old his, at the time, 5 kids were, he'd start say, well, my oldest is 14, and they'd look at him and go, what?
Yeah.
What? Because they're only 13 years apart. That's
He was
hilarious. Because Erica's let's see, Erica's 39 and Poppy's 52. 39, 49, 50, 22. Yeah, 13 years apart. So that was always an interesting conversation with folks.
Yeah.
But
Everybody says about memory. Oh, you know each other from school. I said, yep. I said she was a real bitch in school. Okay. And she, I tell the story at a CYO dance, and I asked her to dance. We danced, and I said, "How about your phone number?" She said, "Nope," and walked away from me. I said, well, look at that. All right. Well, it's because her parents didn't want no boys calling.
Well, of course.
Especially when you had the phone and the wire was attached to the wall. It was only about
Exactly.
12
It's not
inches
like
long.
you could go hide.
Yeah. Can't talk right now. No. Unbelievable.
Then if you got a phone call in the middle of the night, your parents wanted to, get on to you because you should tell your friends don't call this house after 8 o'clock.
See, when I was a kid, I was the baby of the family. So all
So
brothers
you
and
got away with
sisters
murder.
were married and out. Okay. So I'm in the bedroom by myself by a tree that the old street lights was like an old, like an old light bulb. And the tree next to my house, on the wall, you would see this shadow. It looked like an arm coming in to get me. So in the middle of the summer, we'd have the windows open, but I had 4 blankets on, because the monsters couldn't get you. You know what I mean? And after 10 o'clock at night, if the phone rang, that meant something big.
Right. Yeah.
So my mom and dad were at a wedding, all right? And my grandmother was in the room next to us, all right? She had the door closed. And I think it was like 12 o'clock at night, and the phone rings. Bing, bing. My grandmother was straightforward. She didn't pull no punches, okay? And she answered the phone. Yeah. Like that. Oh, okay. I'll let him know. Click. Nothing. She don't say nothing. And this thing is going like this, trying to come in through the window.
Oh no!
And this old guy used to walk around at night, okay, and he would come when he had white shirt on and white pants or short. When he'd walk underneath that street light, he'd look like a friggin' ghost. I don't care what anybody said. Bald head with the with the gray hair, and his name is Mr. McWiggin. All right, Nana. She didn't answer me. Nana, what? Who was that on the phone? Mr. Collison. Why would Mr. Collison be calling our house at 12 o'clock at night? What do you want? Mr. McWiggin's dead. Now go to sleep.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
There he goes. I think I was 9 years old. I had more bags under my eyes than you could shake a stick at because I never slept.
See, now
Unbelievable.
I would have been relieved at that phone call because it wasn't my parents or my kids or my toys that got killed.
I wasn't worried about them. I'm worried about that hand that's coming through the window.
That hand coming through the window. I bet at that point it had turned into Mr. McWiggins, huh?
Yeah, it did. Yeah. All I could now is I couldn't sleep the rest of the night. I could just see his face.
Yeah, I
You
bet.
You red bastard.
You hadn't died tonight.
Yeah. Ay, ay, ay. And it always seemed like late at night when them phones would ring, they were so loud. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Bang,
Yeah.
bang, bang.
You just
Well,
weren't
I-
used to
late at
hearing
night
that.
back then, there wasn't a whole lot going on, so it got quiet.
Wasn't any noise, right? There was no TVs rumbling. There was no computers going. There was no
Nothing.
thumping music from the house next door. You know, no traffic.
I mean,
Very
one-
little traffic. If that.
1 o'clock in the morning when the late show would go off, okay, you had the test pattern on TV.
Oh yeah,
So
Right. The snow and the test pattern and the
us kids would get up on Saturday morning at like 6 o'clock, and that test pattern still be going. We were waiting for Three Stooges to start at 8. We're in there eating cereal at 6:30 in the morning, watching the test pattern.
and reading the back of the cereal box. You know.
yeah,
Exactly.
me and Marie cracked up laughing the other night because I can remember as a kid watching Laurel and Hardy, okay, and we were talking about it. So I put it on YouTube, right? And the
Yeah.
one we were talking about was when they had a camper and they're at the well, and the guy dropped bootleg booze into the well. All right, and they got the bucket and they're drinking this, and they just got ossified.
Oh yeah.
Me and her laughed like two idiots. I mean, come on, really?
Guys, I really hate to do this, but I am super uncomfortable, and I think these hives are starting to get in
Uh-oh.
my eye and itching like crazy, and my feet are itching. Everything's itching. So I'm gonna have to end this tonight, and I apologize. But
You
I
don't
have
have
got
to
to get off of here
apologize.
and take.
It's almost 4 hours, Charlotte.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
You don't have to apologize at all.
2 minutes
Well-
and counting.
Well,
remember-
thank you all for showing up and hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you. Rumpus, thank you. Tom, and
Thank you,
thank you as
Charlotte.
well for
Thanks.
coming up on the panel.
Good
Y'all
seeing
got
you,
for
anything
having
to
me
Charlotte.
out.
say?
Good night, Mr. McWiggin.
Everybody in the chat, thanks for popping in. We'll see you,
See you, bud.
Marcel.
Take care.
And I'll see y'all Monday night for my crochet stream. Have a good night.
All right. Bye-bye.